Good evening. ShipCast, Commanders, Eagles, got a fun one on tap tonight. Our special guest, Denny Carter, will be joining us in the second half. We got Steph Miller joining in the second quarter for a high-stakes roundup. And, of course, the pick'ems. Can we finally hit one? If we do, if we hit our core, we'll show you the picks here in a second, a $700 underdog giveaway. That's the only blessing in disguise of this cooler we're on right now, is we will give away $700 if we can hit tonight. All that and more on the ShipCast. I'm Pete with Pat and Gretch. Let's do it. It's the ShipCast. We got some fun pick'em sweats dialed up. You mix in a couple lowers there to make sure people know you know ball.
All hires, because we know ball.
Yeah. You're going to lose anyway, probably, so just do the peppers.
Scorcher watch, everyone. Scorcher watch.
Oh, no!
The pick'ems aren't hitting. Baker, look
on.
The other way, you cuck.
You guys want to make some more pick'ems?
I'm back, baby. I'm emotionally invested.
There we go.
Yeah!
Oh, let's go!
Yeah!
I just want to be clear. No one is asking you to watch the game. We're just asking you to watch us. All right. We are live here. Gretchen's going to be running a little late tonight, so Pat and I are going to hold down the fort here. How are we doing, Pat?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. A little nervousness for our pick'ems. When times are good and you're rolling, it's just like the hoop seems big, you're out stressing. And when you lose week after week, like I was tightening up a little bit as we were going through our pick'ems today. It's like, we got to fucking hit, man.
I know. And we were talking through some stuff. There's like things we liked, but then, so what I tend to do is I tend to like just look at the game. I'll like kind of run through my walkthrough stuff. I'll read Matt Irby's write up, and I'll kind of like get a sense of what I think is going to happen. And then I go look at like what the pick'ems are, like what the market basically is going to decide. And then see what the differences are. And it was one of those things where you're like, ooh, I mean, AJ Brown is always fun, but then his line was pretty high. So we're like, we're all intrigued by it, but it's like, is that part of the core? We ended up keeping him out of the core. This run funnel element for the Commanders really jumped out to me, but one of the ways that I pitched playing that was to take Kenny Gainwell. You guys are like, I don't want the Kenny Gainwell in the core, man.
Yeah.
So it you got because Barkley's stuff was really high. I mean, obviously, if you're the run funnel thing, you want to play through Barkley, but his lines were pretty high. So we ended up going with that, which ultimately I still liked, but it was, Underdog knows what they're doing,
Yeah, it's funny because in previous weeks I actually had some angles I really liked. This was honestly like one of the tightest slates or a game, like looking through the stuff, like I could barely find anything in the rivals. And I do wonder if it's like both of these teams, specifically the Eagles, right? They're really condensed. It's harder to find the ancillary pieces that might be undervalued in a really good game environment. And so then it's just like, fuck, I want to play it through AJB. I want to play it through Barkley. I will say there was some pushback in the Discord. People were disappointed we weren't on the birthday boy narrative for Devontae Smith tonight. We didn't get any Devontae Smith in here.
I guess I could see that, wanting that, but I'm nervous about, like, we end up taking Jalen Hurts fantasy points, but we did some, you had floated one where we kind of juiced up the passing yards for him. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I just can't, like, I need the rushing touchdowns. I need the rushing yards as outs with him. Like, this is a matchup where you could certainly see both teams pushing each other and it being fun that way, but the game plan for the Eagles has been so run heavy. It made me nervous about Smith, who, I mean, let's face it, just isn't the superstar that Brown is.
Well, that's what was kind of messy with me, because I read Irby's breakdown to the quick slant for this game, and he really liked how this set up for the Eagles passing game, both AJB and Devontae Smith. I was looking at the matchup rater on RotoViz. It loved the matchup for these guys too. So I was just like, man, but it does feel like they are going to establish it as much as possible. So we kind of did what we've been trying to do a little bit. We did it with Mixon in previous weeks, where we just take the super high usage guys and we say, even in games where maybe it's not a full-blown shootout, that the offense just funnels through the 3 best players, which is what the core is, I would say.
Yeah, and we all like Jaden Daniels. That was not
Yeah.
There was no argument there. The Eagles defense has been pretty good, but I was looking at like their schedule. It's been pretty easy. And some of my stuff, they were getting a boost for like playing the Cowboys, but it was like, well, they played the Cowboys in Cooper Rush though. So
Right.
I think they might be a little overinflated in the numbers. So, they're a good defense, but Daniels, obviously you have rushing outs. He's been hitting deep throws. And then you could potentially have them playing from behind, which is, I think fits with the Barkley stuff and potentially with the Hurts stuff if he's tush pushing it.
I thought the overreaction to kind of Daniels dud was kind of absurd. Like I was doing the primetime Palooza drafts on Underdog, which was just the 2-game slate. So tonight's game and the Sunday night game. And, Hurts was going, pick 5 or pick 6. And Jaden Daniels, I was getting him at 17, pick 18 at times. And it's like, you go look at the ETR ceiling projection and they're like a point off. Yes, Hurts is ahead. But people were just like treating Jaden Daniels like he should be closer to Herbert and Burrow than he should be Hurts, which I thought was just a massive overreaction.
I agree. Yeah, Daniels has been awesome.
AJB picks up the first down. Nice little drive going here for the Eagles. There's another one. AJ cooking.
Oh, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. AJ Brown doesn't care whose birthday it is.
Yeah, the nice thing with that, because we don't have any direct correlation necessarily with Hurts's fantasy points and Barkley's rushing yards, we definitely want Hurts to get his points as early as possible if it's a big running second half for Barkley.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, we want touchdowns to Hurts. That's the big thing. No touchdowns for Barkley. Just yards.
And it has been like we were looking at the Barkley fantasy points too, and he's definitely due for some positive regression of the Eagles not falling down at the 1, which is hilarious, right? Because isn't this the exact same thing that was happening last year with DeAndre Swift in this offense, falling down at the 1 over and over?
It is.
It's nuts.
That's so true. Yeah, I was noting the positive regression stuff made me a little bit nervous about, but at the same time, like it's not. You see, like, oh man, he fell down at the 1, and then like he's not getting the touchdowns. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, well, the first part's kind of crazy, but the second part's not crazy at all.
No,
the second part's predictable, like really predictable. So we're betting that if there are 2nd and 1s at the goal line, that Hurts continues to get those.
Yeah,
but I was looking. I mean, with the low passing volume, we are kind of betting on a rushing touchdown. Like he's had a lot of rushing touchdowns over the last few weeks, and that's how he's gotten. He really wouldn't be hitting this number without a rushing touchdown. So, now
that's true. Although it could just as easily be like they get to where they're at now, and it's a passing touchdown. Yeah, we don't get the
of course.
Yeah.
That's why the fantasy points I liked because it just gives you all the different ways. So it's like, I could be wrong. They could pass more than I'm thinking, but I don't want that to be our only path.
All right, let's keep this drive alive. Now we got 3rd and deep. Yeah, so the worst possible thing for us is like Barkley, like 5-yard rushing touchdown. They draw pass interference down there, and then we lose out on the Hurts points and the Barkley rushing yards.
Right.
Also, like the other thing that can really work in our favor is we want Commanders back to explosive plays. They had a down game last week, but deep shots to Noah Brown, Terry McLaurin, get the Eagles on their heels, speed it up a bit. Will all work in our favor. Yeah,
and I mean,
there's your game,
baby. Put him in the core, man. Come on.
we do have him in the 5-leg here. So the core obviously represented here, and then the 2 we tacked on AJ Brown and Kenneth Gainwell. There was a Discord only version that we have a slider on AJ Brown, but this one is just a straight 82.5. But yeah, I liked your Gainwell call. I was just like, it felt like a miserable sweat through 3 quarters. And then you're just like praying you have the right game script for him to get rushing yards in the 4th.
It made more sense to have on the 5. I was floating it as like a replacement for Barkley in the core, but I said, I know this is going to seem insane. And then, so that's what you do is you say, I know it's going to seem insane. And then you push for it like you didn't say that. That's you.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it. And you guys are both like, that's the worst sweat I can imagine. So
at this point, we have to put a lot of consideration into optimizing for the right sweat. Like there were a few rivals that I liked the Eagles passing game stuff. So it was like Devontae Smith versus who was it? Noah Brown. It was like AJ Brown versus McLaurin. It was Goddard versus Ertz. And I like the Eagles side of all of those. But then I'm like, if we're fucking playing Jaden Daniels, who's our favorite pick on the board, fantasy points, then we're going to want those commanders to succeeding. So then it like twists us in knots. So we have, there's a lot of thought that goes into optimizing for an enjoyable sweat with these picks.
Exactly. Yeah. I know it. I wasn't also as into the kind of the any of the under stuff on the Washington pieces, because the pieces that are getting run are starting to get like a lot more run. Like Noah Brown's back, like he's running full-time routes now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's not that good, but he's running a lot of routes.
I'm really curious. We didn't even mess with anything in the pick'ems, and I actually don't think they had a lot with the running stuff, but I'm pretty curious to see what this split looks like. Brian Robinson, surprise kind of scratch last week. Ekeler has a nice game, kind of seeing what that split is like. I guess I would assume if this game is close, it'll be majority Brian Robinson, but I'm still curious if he's limited at all.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm curious about that too. Do you have what do we have? How many yards do we need for the spice one on Brown?
Yeah, let me pull that up. Let's see here. So where are my champions? Spice on. Yeah. So the spice, we took him up to 99.5 and he's already at 32.
Nice.
Yeah. So that one's off to a really good start. I mean, AJ Brown is like the ultimate guy to ladder, because just like when he nukes, he just nukes in such a big way.
Yeah. So Matt says he has some questions about the Piss Boy Sour. These are questions that you have, Matt, or you've gotten questions. What are your questions, Matt? What are your questions about the Piss Boy Sour?
Yeah, I would say, a lot of your questions are probably our questions. I mean, we were firmly in the brainstorming phase here. We have not moved past that.
What does hoppy mean? Matt, these are more basic questions than I hope you were gonna hit me with.
Yeah.
Working on it with a beer judge friend. Wait. What do you mean you're working on it?
I think he's part of this beer making cabal.
Is he? Is he helping Chris with it?
Also, the fact that if you're making this with the beer judge, I mean, that feels like, are you guys in bed with the same judges that are reviewing Chris's beer? Because now I'm not saying Chris isn't good, right, but if you're all chummy with the judge, that might certainly help things out.
What I was talking about, Matt, is I've had a dry hop sour. Though that is a delicious element. It's like a dry hopped IPA, but it's a sour. I don't know. It's got some of that fresh, kind of like fruit citrus kind of flavor going on.
Exactly.
Pretty good. Unfortunately, I just drink the beer, so I don't know much more than that. Luke says, "What is sour?" Sour is one of the 5 flavors. It's 5, right? There's a 5 or 6. How many flavors we got, Pete? Sweet,
of what?
Sour, spicy. No, spicy is not one. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, umami. I think, or is that it? Am I missing
Sure. Sure. Has there ever been a Karain randomizer? Of course. Where do you think the song came from there? Did you do the song on NBC?
I missed Piss.
First?
Piss is the final flavor.
Piss.
No, I did the song on. No, I did the Rojo song. That was the first song.
No, I know, but then you ended up doing it, busting out the guitar on NBC once, and I was trying to remember the order. Yeah, that was after though the initial Rojo song, right?
Correct. Yeah, they knew that they had seen the Rojo song. One of the producers there showed Matthew the Rojo song, and he was like, "You're telling me this dude's coming on here talking about EPA and he can sing? Let's have him sing a song about Pacheco."
Like, enough of this EPA shit.
He's talking about EPA, and we have a musical act. What's going on? He knows TV. It's more compelling television.
Exactly. So yes, there is a Karain randomizer. I mean, I want to say like everyone who's within the ship chasing. I mean, I did one with Sam, obviously Davis, Gretch, Pat. We haven't done a Dricko and Sacrilegious, randomizer yet.
For the record, I said umami, which is I think the Japanese word for savory. I did not call Pete mommy, Donovan.
I mean, I thought you did, but you just do that so much that it didn't even face me.
Hops Over Expectation is another beer suggestion name for us.
There you go. Ho,
yeah.
Yeah, it's, I like the thing with the Piss Boy Sour, which I love. I mean, it's when we made the I Love Wide Receivers Piss Boy merch. I mean, we spent a long time trying to get that right, because the number one thing is people don't want to wear merch with pee on it. That's just a fact. So how do you tastefully allude to it without making an off-putting shirt? I feel like that's the thing with the Piss Boy Sour. I like a wink to it, a nod, but it can't be called Piss Boy Sour. Here's
the play. So I'm in San Diego. Everyone knows PB's Pacific Beach. That's it's like an area down here, right? Mm-hmm. So we do PB Sour, like it's Pacific Beach. But we know what it means. It means Piss Boy.
So now So now San Diego is home to this this sour.
Well, we just leveraged the San Diego tie-in.
Yeah. And everyone will think it's Pacific Beach because it'll have waves and beach imagery on there, but the real ones will know that it's styled.
Yeah, the ship chasing stuff is it's a pretty similar vibe to the PB vibe. Pink, yellow, little sun waves.
I'd like to think our crew is maybe a little bit more. Well, PB can get like a bit of a douchey rap.
Kind of fratty rap is
yeah. Sort of. That's I don't know if we want to. There you go, Barkley.
It has I think there's a lot of post college bros. That's I moved. My friend actually lived in PB right after college, and he was very fratty.
Yes. No, that's definitely the spot. Mission Beach is more like family beach area. Ocean Beach, grungy, hippie. Coronado Beach, you can go with the kind of elite, stuffy vibe.
Yeah. A little older, almost like Coronado's nice though. It doesn't feel
I like. No, you know what? I'm probably that's more La Jolla, I'd say.
Yeah. Although La Jolla is also really nice.
I'm not saying they're not nice. I'm just saying, it has a little different clientele.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, Coronado's a little more retirement, but quite nice.
All right. Tush Push at your own 20. Man, this is going to be one of those first quarters that blinks and you're like, more fantasy points, please.
That's the issue with it's like, all right, well, we think we don't like to take unders for the sweat, but when you see a run heavy team and a run funnel, it can just sometimes mean.
Well, that's the other thing that kind of twists you in knots with these. And again, this is optimizing for a sweat stream is if if you're taking unders on these explosive offenses, like I was looking at the Noah Brown one, and it's so binary, right? Like his ADOT's massive. Both him and McLaurin can get deep for 50-yard bombs. And it's just like, you can just get the blade on one play, even though like 90% of the game, it'll feel good.
Yep. Can you hear that music? Is my mic picking it up? Okay, good.
I have like the game audio on just very light, so I'm mainly hearing that. I don't really hear anything else.
Ertz playing Blood Buzz Ohio in the kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You know, I've been playing for Vivi.
What's that?
Slow show. It's like
nice.
Yeah.
God.
She's 7 months old, so I don't know if she can physically have a favorite song yet, but in my mind, it's slow show.
Yeah. Boxer, baby.
Yeah.
That's probably for sure a top 10 album for me, probably top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I love the Live in Brussels version.
Come on, Hertz. Jeez.
Gretch is going to be joining a little bit later on, Purple Yosh.
Yeah.
The question about next-gen stats, alternative broadcast, that's my favorite, but it's slightly behind, and so then I get annoyed. So
normally Pat starts there and then capitulates when we're spoiling the action.
I immediately capitulated tonight. I did start there, and then immediately went to the main broadcast. Sometimes it like catches up. I'm gonna go back. This game's too boring. I don't want to watch next gen.
I feel like the first 6 ShipCasts last year with just all of us trying to figure out the sync. And this year, I feel like it thankfully hasn't been a huge conversation topic. It is, man, it is not like, because I was thinking, so this is week 11. We have a game next week. And we have our guest booked. So next week is, I believe, the Browns play because we have Mark Sessler booked.
Nice.
And then the week after that, no ShipCast because we have our Wednesday pre-Thanksgiving spectacular.
Oh, right. Nice.
So that we're already to that point in the season. And then after that, it's like, what, four more ShipCasts? Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
Gobbler just said a name that I think might change everything, Pete.
Oh, no, I floated this last week. Yeah.
Did you? I missed it. Sip chasing.
I love that. Yeah.
That's really good. We should just do that.
Yeah. And then you the SC sour. You could have the SC kind of abbreviated logo because we have on the YouTube memberships that SC abbreviation that would look good on there. A sip chasing golden sour. That might be it. Then now we get the homage there.
That's a little of an homage. Golden sour, not golden shower. Okay.
Yeah, golden shower. Sip chasing golden shower.
I'd say golden sour.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Ship chasing golden sour.
We already got the judge in our back pocket. We got a cabal working on this for us. Now we just have to hope that we sell more of these than we do exposure blankets.
Yeah, exposure blanket, not our best investment.
I think who bought an exposure? There was like 3 people. Tyler, I think, bought one.
Nice.
Who else bought an exposure blanket? I normally I sample my own merch. Like most of the, I don't have like every single mug that I have in the store, but I have one of the mug, one of the shirts, one of the hoodies. I did never end up even using my discounted, order on a exposure blanket. Like even I had to draw the line somewhere, which isn't a good way to sell it. To say I didn't even think it was worth buying, but I didn't really need.
You're not doing your GPP review show now, right? That's when you need the exposure blanket to.
Yeah. No, I mean I do. I'm just I used to do that at night. I feel like that's the times when I would do it because I would pre-record that like directly after the slate, and I would just be so tilted. Who do we want to win this game? Our pick'ems.
Yep.
I don't care who wins. I just want points. There we go.
Nice.
I will say, Pat, I know you have a lifelong affinity for Austin Ekeler after what he did for you in week 17, but it has been fun to see him kind of turn back the clock.
Yeah,
he looks really good at times.
He looks really good. Yeah, it's almost a shame he hasn't like in a bigger role. He's been, he's never been like a great downhill runner. At least it's been several years since, he was really offering pop in the run game. But if you just kind of leave him out there all the time and use them as like a workhorse satellite back, if that makes sense.
Yes.
It's great. It works.
And what's so funny too about like his whole, like there was that falling out with the Chargers, right? And he kind of had some of those quotes where he was like, they wanted me to be something different. And it's like, Ekeler would be the perfect complement to J.K. Dobbins. Like literally the perfect, it's like, they could have kept that rolling. That's what he is to Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson is their J.K. Dobbins, which is just funny because it's like that still has a very valuable place on an NFL offense.
Totally.
Oh man.
Can
we get him down at the 1?
He is.
I know that. See, the problem with the Commanders is they like giving it to their running backs at the 1.
Right. They're the opposite. They're not going to rush Jaden. That was a nice run, man.
Do you know what I'd like to see from Jaden? I'd like to see some of those kind of old school cam. Actually, we got the spread. They're going to do an inside handoff here, but come on, a boy can dream. Go! Fuck. I thought Jaden Daniels was going to keep it. Motherfucker.
Damn, dude. Robinson. Nice second push there.
Bummer. Yeah, it was just a little too close. Man. All right. Eagles got the sniffing salt taken to them. A little wake-up call. Time to get it going.
That was a nice run.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like the being a quick drive there.
Wait, Warren is hurt again? Juice McCaffrey said? When did that happen?
I missed that. Oh yeah, he was a DMP today.
God damn it.
With new injuries. Come on. Yeah, they say with a back injury. Jeez.
Yikes.
Man, that sucks. And like, I mean, Russ isn't even, I mean, all the Russ stuff is just like deep shots, right? Like he's not even checking down that much.
Yeah, I mean, it's been better than Fields. Warren's had some value in the receiving game. It's just frustrating. He finally got some run last week, was running well, had a fumble at the goal line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's never good when your best game you fumbled at the 1.
Yeah. You got any sneak peek spots you like in the walkthrough this week?
I don't know how sneaky they are, but Puka cover boy.
Okay. I was curious, like when I was staring at that game, like obviously like the Rams pieces, but I'm like, can that game get going at all at New England?
To be clear, Maker, I was saying Russ has been better than Fields for the running backs. Okay, don't put that in my mouth. Anyway, sorry. The thing about that game is that I was looking into Stafford stuff, and he has done a really good job behind a bad offensive line. And I think part of that, he's not allowing pressure. He's not taking on a huge pressure rate. I think he's doing a good job of like basically knowing the situation that he's in. When he gets blitzed, he gets the ball out really quick. He's getting the ball out really quick when pressured, which is, to me, it's like you kind of sensing when there's going to be pressure and making sure he's getting the ball out, because the offensive line stinks. But the Patriots don't have a good pass rush. When the Rams have had time to throw it, when he's been kept clean and been able to attack downfield, they've tended to attack over the deep middle, and that's where Puka and Kupp do a ton of their damage. So I'm just like, I'm hoping that in this matchup, it's not just that the Patriots aren't going to be pressuring a lot. It's that like the Rams will know that ahead of time. And we'll hopefully build a game plan that like reflects that Stafford should have a little bit more time to throw. Because I think the lack of pass protection has been a big issue for them, just not being able to execute the type of offense they want to execute.
Yeah. Yeah, both Puka and Kupp are pretty cheap in drafts this week. I think Puka's like 14 ADP and Kupp's like 20. Kyron is cheaper than he normally is too. Back end, of round 1.
Yeah, I probably Puka over a bunch of wide receivers that are going ahead of him in those then.
Yeah, that makes sense. Come on, Devontae.
Yikes.
I still think every time I see Devontae Smith pop up when I'm watching Red Zone or watching him now, or I'm just like, that is a skinny ass dude. Like every time it always takes me aback how rail thin he is.
I know.
Am I going to stream some playoff best ball drafts soon? Honestly, man, probably not soon. I'm so dialed into like the weekly stuff and the BRs. And like once Pat and his crew, let's go Barkley, start getting it's probably a better question for you guys, Pat, because I know you're going to have the tools and stuff. Like, when are you going to start your content now that those contests are out?
Pretty soon. We're working on stuff, getting some stuff ready behind the scenes, but hopefully very soon.
Yeah. I will obviously turn the page over to playoff best ball. But I'm always a little bit of a lagger. Like I don't know. It's hard for me to like pivot my brain into that mode when I'm kind of in the rhythm of the weekly stuff right now.
Yeah, I will say it's one of those things where once you started kind of get going on it,
come on, man.
It kind of clicks into place. You'll be able to. There's like that initial legwork to kind of wrap your head around kind of the basics and what makes sense. But it is one of those games where there's an advantage to kind of drafting teams early, because you'll be able to pair potential Super Bowl, potential championship round teams together.
Yeah.
That you won't be later, because the prices will change so much.
And it's like anything with best ball and drafting super early versus drafting late. Being willing to sacrifice a bunch of dead teams at the hope of building, the nutted super team, basically.
It's that, but like a more exaggerated version of that. Like more of your teams will be like literally dead, because you'll have drafted, in some cases you'll have drafted teams that won't make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So you'll be like completely dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I really enjoyed. You guys had a bunch of podcasts kind of leading up through the playoffs. Everyone remembers Daniel's pounding the drum for the Browns ahead of time there. But yeah,
we'll be bringing those back.
Where was this question I wanted to answer. Someone was asking about the giveaway from the Deposit Kingdom. Oh yeah, here we go. So I did the $700 giveaway. There were 3 people who won because they selected Travis Kelce in the winning BR lineup last week. 2 of the winners have agreed to do a head-to-head draft in week 11 to determine who gets the prize. I still can't get in contact with the third. I'm just going to give him his third of the money if I don't hear from him. But on After Dark over on my channel this week, I'm going to have them on, I guess that'll be Saturday night, to do a head-to-head draft. And the winner will get the remaining purse there. They're both willing to gamble on this. I offered them the cut. They're like, no, let's go heads up for rolls. So I can't wait. So that'll be Saturday.
Nice.
Playoff basketball, do all the teams that win those get drafted early? Not necessarily.
No. The last year's winner was drafted at the very end. Oh, sorry. I blanked. I thought you meant regular best ball. Playoff best ball, I don't remember when the winning teams came from. But it depends. So the thing with playoff best ball is it just completely depends on who makes the Super Bowl, right? It's like if the Bills had made the Super Bowl, then the winning team, like almost by necessity, would have been drafted really early when the Bills when you had the ability to pair all the Bills together.
Well, and you think about this, right? Like probably like one of the safer things you could do early is like you just like giga stack 2 awesome teams who then go all the way. But then that doesn't even ensure like what if one of them ends up with a bye, and then it's like, okay, well, you're fucked. Like the amount of things like when we get to knowing the playoff bracket, you think through all of the like specific matchups and players you avoid because of certain playoff paths and like nuking one of your blocks or whatever. Like that's literally impossible to do when you draft off the rip. Like the amount, like a minefield for those early drafts is pretty massive to try to tiptoe your way to a super team.
It is, yeah. It's interesting this year though, because the Chiefs basically have locked up the 1 seed already. It's not completely done, but it's close. And the Chiefs are unappealing. Like people don't really want to draft the Chiefs. So it'll be kind of funny to see like how. That's one thing I'm interested to experiment with. Like, how do you get the Chiefs through? And yeah, it could be through like an NFC, an NFC stack that you get like a team without the bye in the NFC that you think maybe 2 NFC teams that you think could go far, and you're trying to pair together a conference championship, but you don't know the order, so they might play each other too early. So that's where it'll be kind of tricky, but.
The Chiefs are so funny, man, because even like their best asset right now, Kareem Hunt, it's like how confident are you that he has a major role with Pacheco back to the playoffs?
Not very confident.
Yeah. I want to say like even last year, I felt like, you get to the end of those drafts and you had a Chiefs team and you're throwing your darts on Kadarius Toney and Justin Watson. And like, you were telling yourself the story. I feel like that story is even harder this year. Like those fringe guys even seem way less relevant than they did last year at this time.
I mean, Juju, you could talk yourself into maybe.
I mean, you could, I'm not.
That's well, you gotta talk yourself into some darts with playoff baseball. That's part of it.
What's up, Steph?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I would like some more points. A 0-7 with no fantasy points for our guys is a little rough, but we're hanging in there.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been the greatest matchup for things we started. We have some Jake Elliott who missed and Jaden Daniels. So
yeah.
But my best ball teams have a lot of Brian Robinson, so
yeah, me too.
There's always the best ball bags.
Yep.
Aaron in here says he's already deep in the streak. He says, I've been building. Like, didn't these contests drop like 6 hours ago? You act like you've been doing this, that you're 25 teams deep. I've been building.
He might be, dude.
Dual
He had his
NFC
bracket
between
set ahead of
40.
time.
Take Kelsey or Hop in the 4th, and Juju or Hollywood last 2 rounds. Unreal.
Well, I had like a team that was close to what won last year, but it didn't make it through. I missed by like 1 point the round before. In the gauntlet, I had that 49er stack. And
The team that I had in the Big Mitten got into the final, but I think won less than a point. I think if it's like I forget exactly what needed to happen, but the Lions kept scoring points, which almost knocked me out. But it's a tough game because then you almost want to squeak in, that's because you need as many live bullets in the Super Bowl. So you want to like use up as little as your firepower to get there as possible. Because then you have to like have all the firepower to take down a big final. So it's tough.
It's like, it's one of the hardest sweats to achieve, but like the getting to the Super Bowl with a live team to fill a full roster that also has like a unique piece on it. That's like the holy grail of fantasy sweats. I feel like if you can get it, it's so fucking hard to
really
get
hard.
that.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to pull off the double bye week thing, but that didn't even really matter last year. But I did have a pretty decent luck doing it, again, with the right strategy. Just knowing that a lot weren't going to get through, but the ones that did would be unique.
Yeah.
That's what it
You
is.
just have to, accept it.
It's truly like we talk about building super teams a lot, but it is truly like you're trying to build that super team. But the super team doesn't become a super team until the final round. And you just like hope it somehow like avoids all the grenades until it.
It's so funny Tim mentions Juwan Jennings because I remember ribbing you guys when I was like testing out the sidekick for those drafts. I was like, this goddamn tool wants me to draft Juwan Jennings in fucking every single draft.
It did.
Also, it ended up being good.
Juwan Jennings every last
over and over. And also how I think about Juwan Jennings on November 14th, 2024 compared to that is why. I mean, this guy's a fucking baller, man.
I know he's really good.
Of the 49ers offense. He looks like old school, like Michael Crabtree out there for the Niners. I'm like, what the hell happened?
I don't know. It's all new.
Yeah, like this year we'd be totally different. We'd be like, hell yeah, I want some Juwan Jennings.
Right.
But no, it was funny because I had the same experience using the tool last year.
Yeah. No, I did too. I mean, my team in the Big Mitten had Jennings. Jennings was almost too good because I had the guy who ended up coming in second. I had him basically blocked, but we had like enough. We both filled full roster. So I was like, I just can't have Jennings and someone else outscore like Kelsey. Jennings went nuts. So I'm like, well, I need Kelsey.
But you want those ancillary pieces, and that's what a lot of people don't get because you want as much for that Super Bowl, and a lot of people can't get their mind wrapped around a lot of the strategy and uniqueness for building those teams,
That's the thing, because it is a mind fuck and a minefield to get there, that people draft it way worse than they do basically any other best ball contest. Like you do an 18 round puppy draft, you do a battle royale draft, like people can't mess it up to the extent that they mess up playoff best ball drafts.
The way Sack puts it is that you get punished more for your mistakes in playoff baseball.
Oh my God, what is this play? That was absurd.
Woof.
Yeah, but just building logical stuff is so much of an edge, just understanding the format. And so that's nice.
What is up, Gretch? Just on cue for a huge sack on our Jalen Hurts here.
How are we doing? How's the streams doing?
It's been slow.
It's not good.
Slow?
It's a bad game.
Yeah,
for us.
I don't know why I called them streams. I meant pick'ems. It's been bad. Who scored?
Brian Robinson. They had a nice drive, an Ekeler little check down that he took for like 30 some yards, and then Brian Robinson punched it in.
Just every Washington touchdown is going to be a punch-in from now on forever, eternity. They had 3 1-yard rushes last week. Damn it.
I mean, Robinson did run it down to the one himself, so it was fair,
Okay. We got to give him this one.
Yeah, you got to give it to him.
I did ring the bell already. The chat just asked.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's incredible.
So I had to get. I'm just getting back. My wife had a very minor surgery for the chat that's concerned. And we had to pick up her prescription, and there was a Taco Bell in the same parking lot, and I had to get my kids some food before I could hop on. And I was like, "Kids are getting that chalupa." They started liking the chalupas because I've gotten up on the chalupa game.
Wow. Did you get anything off the decades menu?
I did not. I didn't know what was going on with all of that, but yeah, I'm feeling good. Obviously, yeah, feeling the confidence.
What's the decades menu?
It's just like their nostalgia menu. So they got like some of the old menu items, like the tostada. I have not ordered it, but I have the Taco Bell app on my phone, and I was just perusing it the other day, just waiting for the right moment to use it. Do you know that they have like an optimizer on their app? You tell them how much you want to spend, your budget.
I saw
it,
that.
like, spits out options. It's incredible.
So I was waiting in line at our Bartell Drugs. I don't know if everyone's got that, but Bartell Drugs is our pharmacy, and I'm 3 cars behind. And there's literally like you get through the drive-through, and you can just drive straight into the Taco Bell drive-through. And I'm like, all right, I'm opening the app. I'm getting some food for me and the kids. Like this is the next move. And so I saw that though. Yeah, they're like, how much do you want to spend? We'll recommend some new cravings.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
And then you
I'm
just
like,
re-roll it if you don't like it. You just give you a better team.
So you don't just get like a normal meal like most places. Like, how much food are y'all eating that you need to put in a budget? I'm so confused. Like,
don't talk
you
to me.
just
I
get
haven't
like
done this.
a
Judge us.
taco or two? Like, I mean,
It
I
doesn't-
don't know.
you gotta
I
get
a lot of
sense,
my appetite is not quite as large.
No, I mean, look, if I'm doing Taco Bell, it's under 3 conditions. I'm either we just hit our pick'em and I am ravenous like late at night, I'm drunk, or I'm stoned. But generally, all 3 of those would have to be what would qualify me for order. At which case, I am spending $30 at Taco Bell.
I mean, I have done some stuff when I'm stoned with food, so I can't hate that. Not like eating it, guys. Nothing weird.
No, if you
I
don't
always
you don't
phrase-
feel
I
like
always phrase
shit,
things perfectly.
if you don't feel like
perfectly
shit after
phrased. No
Taco Bell,
notes.
you
No
didn't
notes.
order right. Yeah, you gotta up those numbers. So, what was your order tonight, Gretch?
the chalupa, man. The chalupa. So I've told it on the chat before or on the stream before. The chicken chalupa. Take out the sour cream, add nacho cheese. They used to have this on the menu when I was like in high school, and nacho cheese chalupa was like one of their limited time things, but you can just remake it by substituting in nacho cheese. Very common. It's like on the app, it's like some people add nacho cheese is the first thing. Like it's the move.
Okay, in Texas we call it queso.
There you go. Well, this is
Just
I don't
add
know if this
queso.
qualifies as queso. This is not queso. This is just
I'm not a
queso.
queso expert.
But
People
I
hate
got
one.
that, and then I got the Cantina taco. It comes with the little avocado verde salsa. We do so much advertising for Taco Bell. When are we going to get the sponsorship
what's
deal?
going on?
I was looking at the Cantina menu part. Do you know what else they have? They have. There's no chance in hell, even if I was all 3 of those things I just mentioned, I'm not getting the Baja Freeze gelato. Like that's just where I draw the line. Is that what that is?
Freeze. This isn't the gelato. It's the drink.
That's fine. The gelato though was just like a step. Once you're adding like the creamery element to it, like I'm out
weird.
on that
I'm
Taco
out on
Bell
that too. Yep. I don't really see
don't
the
know.
reason to have Mountain Dew ice cream. That does not.
Oh, okay. That part sounds terrible. I didn't know it was Mountain Dew flavor. I'm like, I like gelato.
That's what it
General.
is. I've never had a Baja Blast Mountain Dew in my life.
How
I've
is it?
probably had 100 of these freezes.
Yeah.
I've never once ordered the drink in my entire life. These are good though.
I mean, I thought Mountain Dew was just like, when you really needed a caffeine buzz, like to the max. Back in when I was young, that's the only time I ever drank Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew and Taco Bell is a goated combo though, for sure. All right, let's get a fucking first down, Commanders. Jesus.
Why does this game suck so bad?
It's
I really
bad.
thought it was going to be a good game. I mean, I was wrong. Somehow I thought there would be points.
Man. I literally I never even checked. How long did you guys stream last week after I dipped out?
Well, we switched channels.
Yeah, how long did you go on the other channel?
I don't know.
I laughed,
literally-
they were still going.
I genuinely don't remember that stream. We did. I know the basics of it. We did one draft. Don't know. Couldn't tell you a single player we drafted. Steph, you were there for that. And then we did a whole bunch of sporkles. I woke up the next day. I was like, I don't even want to try to watch this back to see if it's appropriate, but I'm just going to change it to unlisted, and so no one can find it unless they had the link. And I never tweeted the link or anything. It was live, so people knew to like go to my channel to find it the night prior. So now no one knows where it is. I don't even. I mean,
Wow.
Jacob is, just a genius anyway. So like nobody had a chance to even do any of the sporkles because he was just rattling them off before you could even read them most of the time.
Yeah, that's kind of just classic Sanderson move, hustle like the super drunk guy and in a sporkle, it's just like
How much did you have to Venmo Sanderson for your sporkle bets?
it could be any number. I have no idea.
I don't remember y'all making any bets, at least while I was on.
That's
So
good.
you're safe.
Oh, look, Jacob said we won $5.20 on that draft.
wow. Time to roll it over.
Oh,
Does that mean you were
split it
duped?
3 ways.
Save that. Buy some Bitcoin with it. Tell me in 10 years how much money I have.
I do get FOMO about some stuff, Vadim. I'm going to be completely honest. I did not have FOMO about missing that late night stream. I was sleeping like a baby.
I don't have FOMO about it either.
And you did miss out.
I missed the whole thing. But I had FOMO about the first quarter here. But that one, not so much. I'm not so worried about what I missed.
Well, the game cooperated. It did not give you too much to miss out on.
All right.
Although Kenny Gainwell had a nice run, Ben. Just fucking
Yeah.
slicing through the defense.
Pat mentioned he couldn't help himself. Like Kenny Gainwell hadn't even been tackled, and Pat was like, "We should have put him in the core."
Come on! I mean, frankly, it's
We took all unders, right?
by far our best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone on Twitter, when I said the pick'ems were going to come later, they replied to the ship chasing post, and they're like, "Can you pick?" He goes, "He's like, can you guys pick some like good players?" Like he wasn't saying like have a good pick. He's like, "Can you pick some good players? I don't want to root for fucking Will Shipley tonight."
Oh, I saw
And I was
that.
like,
That's funny.
well, we almost gave you Kenny Gainwell, buddy.
Will Shipley.
That's a good one. That would be pretty on brand for us.
They played him last week against the Cowboys, though, in the blowout. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, look, there's Shipley.
Did he have like a touchdown called back or some nice play called back? I thought
I don't remember. I
got
think
excited
so.
about
The
something.
first
I tried to
game he
block
was
that
getting
game
in.
out.
The first game he was getting in about 4 or 5 weeks ago. He had a long touchdown run called back.
That's
and then
what
he
I'm
ended up
thinking of.
4 other carries for like 5 yards. And that was his final stat line. And I was like, you guys don't even know. There was almost a 30-yard TD in this stat line.
Yeah.
That play was so bad just now.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
happening with the Eagles? I watched the first drive and I saw a couple A.J. Brown catches, some cool stuff happening.
The
I was
first
like,
drive looked
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Ertz has not played well. There's
Okay.
a lot of this. There's a lot of like,
That's garbage.
yeah.
I didn't see that play. He's just standing there open. He got the separation. Look at A.J. Brown's body language when that throw goes out of bounds. He's like, I don't want to show up my QB, but it's third down, and I'm standing on the
people think-
sideline wide open, and you have room to throw.
People think he's
This was late
concussed
on the
from
throw.
the sack he took earlier.
People think he got hurt.
concussed.
Oh,
He's
I
concussed.
missed that.
That's what people think. I haven't
Makes
seen anything
sense.
on the timeline, but the armchair doctors in the chat say he's concussed.
That's not great.
Disaster.
Yeah, a disaster. Our core not going to do real well.
Well,
if he's concussed.
Well, if he's concussed, they should get him out of there, and then that entry can be rescued and taken down to a 2-legger.
Here we go.
Would that happen if he got concussed?
Yeah. If a player, I believe it's technically if they're in the first half, they play in the first half but don't return in the second, it gets rescued.
Nice.
I mean, I don't want to be at the point of the night when we're talking about injuries getting rescued, but yes, that is a safety.
Well, what we're saying is, if he was concussed, let's get him. It's just for his own health.
Well, yeah, it's really scary if you got 2 concussions. That could kill you.
Yeah.
You get second impact syndrome.
Kevin just mentioned Bluesky. We got Pete to sign up a couple hours ago. Go follow him.
I was wondering. I was like, okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to post.
Well,
links.
let's because we got Denny coming on. Denny's
Twitter?
been on Bluesky. Denny's
There
like
you
a
go.
Bluesky.
Denny's
Let's
been
been
on
doing it
Bluesky
for a
since the
while.
Second
He's got
Clinton
like-
administration.
He's got like
that's
10K
right.
followers over there. Like no one. Has
I
10K
was
followers.
lurking over there a little like a few weeks back, and he was lit. Like he's just been posting on Bluesky,
Yeah.
like just living over there.
He's got a whole thing going.
He's got like
He's got a little thing.
I
page.
just
I-
went over yesterday.
You told me to squat on my account. I'm making
Yeah.
0. I barely post on Twitter. Probably not going to post somewhere else, but I appreciate you telling me to get my account before an imposter
That's right.
swiped it from me.
Yeah, I was wondering because I did look for you, Pete, because I found Pat and Gretch pretty quickly. So, but I was like,
I started
"Where's Pete?"
posting over there. I think it's fun, but yeah, we'll talk with Denny about it. That's a good call.
Yeah, I definitely talk, but we got to get Denny in on that because that's
He'll
been
have some
fun.
strong takes on it. I enjoy it. I mean, I was looking over there for a while, and I was like, yeah, no one's going to use this. I'm not going to use this, etc. But the people that are over there are the people that think there's a problem with Twitter. I'm not saying there's a massive problem with Twitter, but there are some things that have changed. One of the things I noticed with Twitter the other day about that, people talk about the algorithm. You scroll your timeline, you will find, in addition to the ads and everything, probably 75% of the posts that you see have media. There's a lot of people, man, that just post text, but they don't show you those. They only show you the videos and the pictures. And it's why is
Twitter's an
every
unusable hell site? I can't stand being on it. So give me a new, give me something.
When I
new.
noticed that, I was like, why does every post have a video? They're trying to stop me. Like this used to just be text, and then I go over to Bluesky, and I was like, oh, this is what I loved about Twitter.
Right.
10 years ago. Maybe
Twitter,
not loved, but
you used to be able to reply to stuff and have a conversation. It seems to me that all the replies are just boosted up, and it's often boosted up stuff that's unrelated to the original tweet. It's like a meme. It's like here's a meme, and then here's another meme. When you want to see another meme, you like memes clearly. So do you want to see another meme? No.
Well, I guess I'm detached from that experience because the only ways I use Twitter are in chronological fashion. Like I have TweetDeck up right now so I can see if there's an injury or whatever. And when I write the Fantasy Life newsletter, I have to catch up on all the news, and I have a list, and I start from the beginning, like anyone. So the curated is the only way I've interacted. Otherwise I have zero interest in seeing,
TweetDeck that makes sense. Yeah. Because then people tell me use the following and not the for you. I've never used for you. I'm talking about the following, and they still only show you pictures and videos. But if you're using TweetDeck, you're getting the true chronological. That makes sense.
Okay, I still don't know what TweetDeck is.
I've never used TweetDeck.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm getting the experience that
I hear people talk about it, but
here I'll show you stuff.
My favorite thing is we got Pete and Leone to sign up at the same time, and I've been watching their follower counts rise. Leone's holding the zone pretty good because you knew Pete was gonna do pretty well there. But
so you see,
gap,
Steph,
right? Some people are
this
clicking
all
Pete, but not
updates
Leone.
in real time, and I don't have to click anything, so it just goes as posts come in here, and I can have my home, I can have my list, my mentions, my DMs, stuff like that.
Oh, wow. That's so nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I have like, the only thing I don't like so far is that I can't turn my notifications on. So like I do follow guys for injury stuff and I can't have it
You
where
can't do
I
the
can
bell
just,
thing. Yeah.
but I did make a list of beats and news media. So at least I got them in one spot separate from just following, even though I'm really just following fantasy and football stuff anyway, because that's really all I use, Twitter and Bluesky for. And I'm probably staying on both because, like I said, I can't fully get away, but it is frustrating that I can't see like who I want to see, and I don't pay for it, so none of my stuff ever gets shown.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to stay on it, but it's just nice to have a.
That's what I've been saying too, but increasingly I'm like, I mean, I'll stay on Twitter, but increasingly I'm like, who fucking cares? I got 35,000 followers on there and I don't fucking care about it. I really Bluesky's actually like, I've been enjoying it the last couple of days. I'm like, all right, I don't feel horrible when I go on this site.
Right.
I'm going to post more stuff over there.
Me too. I'm going to try to be over there as much as I can, as opposed to Twitter.
Yeah, just use Twitter for, like I said, the news stuff I need.
News stuff, look up stuff, like, beat writer lists and all that stuff. But I think more and more, my hope is that I'll just be able to do that on Bluesky.
Yeah, if they give us that kind of functionality, it will be
right. Or just like the critical mass of beat reporters and stuff. Like you kind of need. It's just. But one thing I'll say with the changeover is that it's much easier with the starter packs that people put together. So you can just go and you follow like a bunch of people from the fantasy community, and then like
and then slowly mute them when you realize you didn't want to actually follow them.
But you very quickly can kind of reestablish the group element because you're like, how am I I'm gonna have to go find everyone individually. Like it's gonna take forever, and you don't. People find you, you'll find them. It works pretty quick.
All right, can we get a big Commanders play? How about one of those classic play action, Terry McLaurin, deep ball tutties?
Oh my God.
or not.
Or not. Nails him in his foot. Wow, we're getting real existential halfway through this.
It's that kind of game.
Yeah. Steph, give us the what went down on the in the high stakes waiver streets. Is everyone out of money? Any good players to pick up?
I mean, we are out of money, but we still made it work. So, we still made some moves. Luckily, I had gotten an estimate on a couple teams the week before for like $1.
Nice.
Or even prior, and talked a couple people into not cutting him.
Yeah.
So that was fun. We got several shares of Mechie, who I know Gretch liked. We did end up getting a Rich on a team.
Nice.
And we got I did pick up Keontae Mitchell on a couple teams just to take a flyer. I think maybe they do give him work this week. And I think he could be the handcuff to Derrick Henry if anything happened more than Justice Hill. So people had already kind of thrown him back
up everywhere. Keaton Mitchell.
Well, some people threw him back after last week.
Oh, what do you pick it
they
up?
They gave him up very quickly.
He's coming back from like a year layoff, and it's like, fuck it, didn't do it this first game back on 4 snaps. I'm fucking done, brother. Back to the big dogs.
4 snaps, can't do anything with that.
Yeah, and nobody bid really high on him. I got him really cheap in places. Let me think. Who else did we get? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Gus was picked up almost everywhere. We didn't get any of him. Oh, I picked up Hasty one place. Seemed like Gibson lost his role as the second running back, possibly in New England.
Oh, interesting.
There's
I missed that.
Yeah, if you look, and it was early, and there was no injury related stuff with the snaps. Like
the broadcasters at the end of the game, Gibson was playing, and they were like, you could tell they were like, why are we just now seeing Gibson?
Yeah, they gave him the garbage time, and Hasty was getting the actual stuff early in the game.
I think my read on it was that the broadcast sat down with Mayo or whatever, and they're like, what about Gibson? And they're like, we love Gibson. He's great. And then they like benched. So the broadcasters were like, they had all this Gibson stuff prepared. And they were like, yeah, the Gibson, they love, because they said like all these talking points, like Gibson's really brought a spark to this team. You know, surprised not to see him before now.
Pat, are you admitting that you're consuming every piece of Patriots beat information?
No, this is all. So what I do is I did the DirecTV YouTube TV package. So
yeah,
I've got RedZone, and then I've got the 4 games. But
okay.
Yeah, on Patriots drives, it's not uncommon for me to change the volume over.
Change the audio.
Yeah,
see, that's what I. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say we should all be so thankful for Scott Hanson. I know many of us already are, but now that I've been playing some NBA Underdog, I was watching like the NBA version of RedZone. It's called Crunch Time. And like the way they jump around to the games is actually pretty good, but the announcer is so bad. And whenever anything good was happening, he'd be like, it's getting crunchy tonight, like in reference to their crunch time. And he said it's getting crunchy like 4 times. I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do this, man.
Oh, get a new line.
Scott Hanson's like, I'm seeing red.
I'm in the zone. I guess Scott, has his stuff. He's got his witching hour, but there's
but that's twice.
It's
twice per broadcast. Yeah. The witching hour, I'm fine with that. They added that. They didn't used to do that right when I'm RedZone since the beginning. I was, and always Scott Hanson RedZone because they had
Siciliano.
Siciliano did. But he was sort of set up for failure because it was the broadcast was part of the DirecTV package. So he was kind of like saying like, if you want to go watch this game, it's on channel like 703. So like, go check out that game. You bet you'd like it. It's good. He wasn't doing the Scott Hanson thing where he was like, knowing you're here with me, you're going to be here with me all day.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Can we salvage morale before the half with an Eagles touchdown drive?
Oh, I just remembered we got some of the Colts guys, even though Richardson's back, and then we also got Wicks. That's what I was trying to remember who else we got.
Oh, nice. Always be grinding on the waivers. You never know when they're going to come in handy.
Tim's accusing Scott of taking a lunch break. Famously, he does not eat during the broadcast. So
no, this is like the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary about how he eats, and he talked to me about it on the randomizer too. And he goes like full Taco Bell, not Taco Bell literally, but like an insane order. Like when he's done, like he comes home and he had, like he mentioned on Sunday, I think they had an ad for Wingstop, and he goes, Wingstop sounds pretty good right about now. he's starving.
It's good.
But yeah, I think he goes, he'll like, I think he said he'll sometimes stop at like 2 places or DoorDash 2 or 3 different places and just watch Sunday Night Football at home, gorging himself on takeout.
Because he has to like really carefully prepare. I don't think he consumes anything from like 6 a.m. or something.
Yeah. He has like his breakfast and then like just cuts it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, does he do that fast thing?
I think he has his coffee I think he said it was like orange juice. He had another concoction. But then he doesn't keep drinking because he doesn't want to have to go to the bathroom.
But he said like when you're like that countdown music that it's like 5, 4, 3, 2. He's like I'm always pissing during that. Like just know it's like 5, 4. He's like coming back up. That's his routine.
He needs to start making clips.
Yeah, if he had a JJ Taylor clip, he could run to the bathroom.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, then he'd have time to eat too.
It would honestly be like a really funny bit to the show if there was like he had like this sidekick, or and you call him like his nephew or something or whatever, and it's just like a couple times a show he like throws to his nephew, and he's just like deer in the headlights. Like, oh,
because Scott actually will call the plays. Like they'll cut to play sometimes, and he'll just like take over as the play-by-play.
He's good at it too.
Yes,
like,
he's really good at it. It's crazy. The other thing, so this is like you have to be good for me to forgive this. They'll pretend that you're live when you're not live. They know it's gonna. They missed the play, and they're like, "Let's just check in. Let's check in over here, see what's going on with the Dolphins. See if anything cool's happening here." And they're like, "Oh, Devon Achane rips it up." It's like, yeah, I already saw this on the other screen. Like, I know it's gonna happen, but I still love it.
That has been because I bought the I've been doing the YouTube TV thing, so I can do the quad view as well. And when you get the like slight spoiler, and like occasionally like Red Zone will be ahead of the OG game feed, and that one always like blows my mind. I'm like, wait, what's going on? How are you guys ahead of that?
Speaking of being ahead, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but now my phone has synced up for the prime vision to my TV. I noticed it last week where it was always behind. So I don't know if they somehow changed or my phone just got slower.
Interesting. We'll take it.
But I'm kind of curious if I'm the only one, if anyone else in the chats figured that out, because it was definitely not the case last year.
What are you guys at right now? What time do you see on the clock?
142.
142. Yeah, same.
Yep. I think we're all like perfectly in sync then.
So I wonder if they got their own thing synced better.
Let's go.
Boom.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm on the main broadcast now. Are you on Prime Vision? You told me I can go to Prime Vision?
I'm always on the main. I haven't tried Prime Vision.
Damn.
Sorry, Pat.
Got excited.
Because I assumed that was behind, so I don't go on that one. And it's too hard to read all the stats on my phone. While on,
So, Gretch, we came up with, we think, a little bit of crowdsourcing, a little bit of remembering an idea Pete had last week for the sour. Sip chasing golden sour.
I like it.
Yeah.
Just you can't say it too fast because then people might think we're saying golden shower, though. That's really the only issue we've ran into.
Golden
Yeah,
sour.
I don't know if golden sour was. Yeah, that seems too close to golden shower.
or just close enough.
I know it's a
Tips
bugger.
boy is almost less offensive than golden shower. So.
Well, it's golden sour. Okay.
Again, I believe we discussed this last week, but people don't want to associate drinking with piss as much as
Yes.
it's not part of our
I
brand.
said
But golden sour is a thing. That's just a type of beer, man.
Yeah.
You're bringing the golden shower. No one said that.
Pete did, actually. He said it sounds too
Yeah,
much
I
like
know.
golden shower, and then I heard it.
No, I know.
Then I was worried.
Yeah, Gretch, are you driving to the border to draft playoff best ball teams 2 months before the playoffs start? Has that been part of your kind of weekly routine right now?
Unfortunately, with getting my wife set up for a surgery this week, no, that's not something I've had time this week to navigate.
You haven't always been building like our friend Aaron here, who's built 15 teams already.
I mean, if I could, I probably would at least, as like if I could just break the seal at a given point, it sounds awesome. It sounds fun. I would like to be doing that. You guys are like, oh, I'll just do it when I get to it because you've had it. You got time and you've had other seasons and opportunities.
I swear, if this drive ends with another Jake Elliott field goal, much less one that he misses.
If it ends with it, he better fucking make it this time. Like I said, we started him a few places. So
This is when you go and you let AJ Brown make a play. The announcer just said the exact opposite of me. This is where you don't want him to go force something down in this area. No, you are. You're forcing it to AJB right now.
There you go. AJ Brown, motion, crosser. Oh, he went behind the motion.
Ah!
Oh, damn.
It's not a very good ball. Dude, Matt Wood here. When am I getting a studio apartment in Oregon? I literally have looked for that before.
Yeah.
Like right across the town closest across the border. I have looked at like the only thing that's even like they have like you can rent a room in someone's house. I'm like,
dude, the first ever best ball flop house would be such a good bit, man.
That would be awesome. I'm also a father, so it's a little bit. It's like I could just like spend the whole weekend down there.
That sounds like more reason to do it.
Dude, Hertz just had to tell Kenny Gainwell to block that dude. I swear to God, if Hertz didn't point out that defender, he gets tackled. Because Kenny's just like, I'm chilling, man.
I don't know what to do.
watch Gainwell here. He's completely lost.
Oh, he wants to catch a pass. He's like,
yeah,
throw me the ball.
catch the ball.
And Hertz is like, no, you're not. I'm not. Why would I throw it to you? Go block somebody. I'm right next to you.
It's like I've never thrown a check down in my life. What are you doing?
Right.
All right, let's get a Hertz touchdown
we need a
points.
Hertz
Rushing touchdown would be
There we
nice.
go.
Rushing
There
touchdown
we
would be
go.
nice. Come on, Hertz.
I mean, even just like these rushing yards are nice. 15 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Point and a half.
I mean, really, the only thing we don't want is a Barkley rushing TD here.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great. I feel naked trying to talk about this game when I've only I missed like 3 drives and I don't know anything about this game.
Don't worry, nothing's happened.
You didn't really miss much.
Nothing really has happened.
I know, but I'm a nut job about that stuff. I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I can't tell you anything that I think about the game without knowing every single snap. Is what it feels like. It's like I got some. Oh, get him.
Okay.
Barnwell on Bluesky sent out a skeet. They're calling it.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love
that either.
Don't say that on Bluesky because he gets
no.
real mad at you. Yeah.
Who gets mad?
And people on Bluesky,
Intermediate-
they're like
people.
married to it.
Jaden Daniels, intermediate passes, 10 to 19 yards before and after his rib injury a few weeks ago. Plus 16% CPOE before, minus 13.5% CPOE since. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
He threw that one short, but he's 7 for 10. Has it all been short passes, I guess? Ekeler has 4 of the 7 receptions, so I got my answer. Nobody's downfield's caught. Terry McLaurin hasn't caught a pass. Noah Brown has 2 incomplete targets. Not great. Not great, Bob.
There weren't a lot of first downs.
I mean, this is Tush Push territory. Oh, they're in the shotgun.
Come
Yeah,
on.
it's too far for Tush Push, isn't it?
But now they're going to do an inside give. There's no linebacker.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go, Hertz.
Run.
Oh, yeah.
What the
Oh, we had 2 dudes.
fuck was that? What is wrong with? Okay, something is seriously wrong with him.
He didn't want to take a sack there.
Yeah, but he's just off.
Field goal,
Do you
I
know?
think.
Do you know what quietly is still just? I didn't even. I thought we were way further out. Barkley's already at 56 rushing yards.
Nice. Yeah, he's gonna get there. That one feels good.
I mean,
I don't know why he went right.
If we just got Hertz touchdown points here, 4 or 6, like everything is fine. I mean, the Jaden Daniels stuff is light, but with how explosive they are, that can catch up quickly.
Oh my God. This moment where he stepped up, the overhead view, where he stepped up in the pocket. Both Devonta and Barkley are breaking. Oh, if he just sees that a little earlier, he tried to shovel it out there, but the face mask on that play too.
Could have
We
really
don't call
used
face
4 there.
mask on Thursday night.
That's true. They don't.
Man,
We gotta look at the lobby, right?
yeah.
I'm ready to get in the lobby for sure.
All right. Hertz passing yards 123. Pat wanted to log Gainwell.
Yeah.
as,
Yeah, what's Gainwell at now? Has it gone up? It was 14.5.
dude, he only needs
Yeah.
5 yards. Pat, you were
Yeah, let's
all over
easy.
that.
Let's get that.
I think you do Saquon with it because his over hasn't
They're
changed.
correlated.
His higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel correlated. Saquon will get his and then Gain will get in. Those two together, look at that. You only need another like 30.
The only are we worried at all about the game script if they're still down because they have been throwing a decent bit?
Maybe.
Bringing the baby on.
If Barkley's already at 56 though.
I guess my only thought is we already have good exposure to Barkley.
I do think they're correlated though. We're betting on the Eagles to get out in front and run.
38, 39 yards from Barkley.
Yeah.
We could do a different one with Gainwell too, but I really like those together. You're right. We do have exposure to Barkley.
What do we like? They're going to put this the Washington projections on pause while they're driving. Man, Ekeler is smashing in the receiving game. Oh, also, I don't know if we have the Ekeler stuff. I saw a tweet that Brian Robinson had left. Yeah. So Brian Robinson took a shot on 1st and 10 on the last drive and didn't come back in. Something to watch. We should hammer something with Ekeler right now.
I love that.
Rushing yards.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, they don't have any.
I think you can get rushing yards locked in because they're expecting them not to pass here, but I mean 14 rushing yards. This is a weird play, but I kind of like these 3.
Do you guys like these 3? Just play these rushing angles.
The Ekeler and Gainwell ones
like
are so limited, and Barkley's 38 yards. Like he's gonna get there.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I like the Ekeler. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hit that.
Oh, bring Vivian back. There she is. Hi.
That's gonna hit.
Sorry, chat.
McNichols.
I missed the link to post that. It's Gainwell higher rushing yards, Barkley and Ekeler all higher rushing yards.
It's a very random one, but I like it.
Anything else on the Commanders side? Hi, Vivian.
Well, I think we could, if we like some of the Eagles rushing stuff, even though, I mean, it's 7-3, but that's sort of what the matchup dictates. I think we could be looking at some of the Commanders keeping stuff, but it's not on there. So I thought it was cool to hit that where you could get the Ekeler stuff in. But
yeah,
once it actually goes to halftime, we'll be able to see some, like maybe some McLaurin receiving. Like, I wonder how low that is, because he's not caught up. He's not even targeted.
It's a good one.
Oh, chat's telling you got a
nice
profit boost.
We got a profit boost, so we can use this for our next one we make.
Nice.
Good call. The people saying, can you get the link from your active bets tab? For some reason, you can on desktop. You can get it on mobile, but again, the time it would take me to get on mobile and post on the chat, I promise you can put these 3 hires in.
You probably won't even have the
Wait.
lines anymore by the time.
Wait, I just got something that said Ertz to the
Did he
medical.
just drop that? God, De'Ami Brown doesn't have arms.
Yeah, Hertz is headed to the medical tent. It says,
Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah.
that's good for those the rushing hires.
The rushers we just did. I'm pretty sure De'Ami just dropped that, right? I just missed that slow-mo.
Yeah,
Yeah, he dropped it.
it's a drop.
Dude, why are you so bad? He dropped a touchdown that was like this in the back of the end zone last week. You're what NFL wide receiver?
It's not good.
Zane Gonzalez is out there like, can I kick my 58-yarder? No, bro. You're going to back that up.
What were those 3 again? No, I'm finally getting on into.
The 3 running backs, all higher rushing yards.
Barkley, Gainwell, and Austin Ekeler.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Andrew question is wild. He played an entire quarter concussed. I mean, I didn't see it, but he rushed 5 times. They were running him inside the 10, just into people. And now he's getting checked after
It's not great because he got tackled and landed on his head. Like if he really didn't have a concussion before, that's not.
You
good.
don't want another headshot. That's the whole reason putting him back in is so dangerous. That's what happened to Tua last year or 2 years ago.
So Robinson's back in. Do we think Robinson was out or?
Oh, Robinson's in the game. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, Hurts being out isn't great because Kenny Pickett's going to play the second half. That's not going to be great for anything.
No,
it's bad.
It's not going to be
Very
great
bad.
for the rushing on the Eagles side. It's not going to be great for anything.
No.
It could be okay for the rushing on the Eagles. Volume, but it's probably not good for Washington either. I feel like the move now is correlate unders, which is not fun at all, but
It's hard to know what's going to happen with Hurts because normally, right, does he go in the locker room ahead of everybody or with everybody?
With everybody.
Yeah. So we won't know until after halftime. Like, is he going in?
that's a good sign. He's jogging in
Yeah.
right there. That's not like usually if it's a significant concussion thing, they would have the medical people
Right.
with
They
him.
have with
The
him,
independent people would be walking in with him.
What do you think McLaurin receiving yards, negative game script, hasn't caught a ball, 25.5? Do you like receptions, 3 receptions, or just take it on one big play with the 25.5?
Do we know it's negative game script? They're up and they might have Pickett.
Yeah, I still feel like they're going to have some throwing situations.
I like that, Pete, to correlate with either the Barkley or Gainwell or both or whatever. We could also play one the other direction,
Yeah.
Because it could be negative game script, but Pat, you're right. We could do it a different one the other way too, where Hurts is out and it's all bad for everyone else.
Yeah, that's what we should probably do is do one Hurts is in and one Hurts is out. And, play those scenarios.
All right, then how would you want to play? We kind of just played
These
Hurts
two
out.
are good, but
Yeah.
these two are kind of a Hurts out because Washington will have the ball more. So McLaurin getting to 26 yards, I don't think it needs to be negative script. They'll have the ball. They'll be sustaining drives.
Yeah, it's so low.
know?
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Gainwell maybe get some garbage time work or whatever. They're going to run the ball.
This feels more like a
Daniel-
Hurts is in than a Hurts is out to me so far. But it's not wildly that way.
Yeah.
You don't get a huge because you get the dives. 100 passing yards for Daniels.
I was going to say a commander running back here. Even Robinson, if he's back in.
Yeah. Robinson would be good.
Yeah, maybe we play Robinson on this one since we did Ekeler on the other.
Or
They've had some
Robinson
success,
Tutty
Brian.
or an Ekeler Tutty or something. I don't know. Yeah, or just Robinson yards is fine too.
Well, we can run this.
What about rush
different ways.
attempts? It's only
Yeah,
7.
just take 7.
That works.
Although the yards is only what is that 22?
20.
That's
Yeah,
yards.
22.
That's
He gets
yard.
7. He's getting there. Yeah. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. This time I will save the link. If they give us a picket, but I don't think they're going to give us a picket. You want to build?
I love Kevin. Hertz is in. He's not jogging off the field with a concussion. I don't mean to be like a dick here, but a concussion doesn't prevent you from jogging. I mean, like, if you had concussions, like, I mean, it's not, it wouldn't be great, but
well,
like,
if he had the concussion, he played like 3 straight drives with it too. So I don't think.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He's fully capable of jogging in and acting like he doesn't have it. But if they do it the way they're supposed to, an independent trauma expert will potentially be like, no, you are concussed. Like, I can see it in your eyes and all that stuff. Like, they do all the testing. They ask him questions and things.
They're talking about it now on the broadcast, but they didn't. They said, "Well, we know he went in with the team."
What's
Hey,
up,
guys.
Denny?
Denny,
Hey, I'm sorry I joined a little earlier than
No.
I said I would come, but
No, this is perfect, man.
yeah, the first thing I saw, I was watching you guys on YouTube, and I see Crane's baby, cutest baby alive,
thanks.
and
man.
I hear Gretch screaming, he doesn't have arms. And
Luckily,
that
was
that
not
a good
talking
intro.
about Vivian, so that was good. Yeah, we're trying to build some second half pick'ems. You know, we're down bad because there's been basically no offensive output in this game, so we're trying to figure out how to get even.
It's so depressing. Just every game's the same, man. It's just
Jake Elliott can't make a goddamn field goal to save his life.
Are you one of these the NFL product is the worst it's ever been truthers?
I'm pretty close to it, honestly. Like I Jaden Daniels not even exciting anymore. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, Jaden Daniels. Look, I going into the season, I was like, all right, look, the one thing I know for sure, Jaden Daniels is going to be unbelievable for fantasy, and he's going to suck in real life. And it's the complete opposite.
He's great in real life and sucks for fantasy.
It's terrible.
No, he's been great for fantasy. Players have bad games. Like that's been a historical thing. In the NFL.
I
It does
listened to the
happen.
pod on Monday, and I had the same reaction. Like, he's been pretty good, Denny.
Wait. Isn't he like the QB like 28 over the past 4 weeks or something? I thought I read that stat somewhere.
Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
He had a bad game last week, but he was good before that.
Well,
Would you not like Hail Marys, Denny?
yeah. Oh. Yeah. Right. So he had like 12 points in that game until that play. And
Oh my god! So I thought that stat was probably weird. So I was kind of confused, and so I click on it. The last 4 games ropes in the game that he left after the first possession. So he played 1 possession in one of the 4 games. That would be
that's fair.
A mitigating factor for me.
I know, guys. I'm
That's
tilting.
a tricky way to do a stat.
I'm not. Yeah. Look,
I'm surprised, Denny. Have you floated the take? If you take away the Hail Mary, Jaden Daniels actually hasn't been very good this year.
You take away the Hail Mary, you take away the rushing touchdowns. It's over.
You add in a full game of snaps he didn't play. All of a sudden,
You have an incredible newsletter called The Bad Faith Times, but I mean,
Thank you.
you've been
this
too
is bad
much of
faith,
your
Denny.
own.
Yeah, too much bad faith, Denny. It's
Well, look, I'm immersed in the bad faith enough so that I know how to use it now.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. But by the way, Stephanie, I'm Denny. I don't know if we've ever met.
I'm aware who you are. Even though you don't know who I am, but
No, I do. I see.
I know the
see
running
you.
back memes. That's your claim to fame.
Yeah.
I'm worried about your running backs, but I love your wide receivers.
That's right. I'm
Denny's
worried
got about like 7 of those claim to fames. You think like there's some? I mean, obviously the
enemy
speaks kindly, and
that's an all-timer.
What was the
You've
thing
got
that happened this year,
several.
Denny? I saw you tilting it, but I never knew what the account was. Like someone took that tweet and then went viral with it again.
Oh, Pete, it happens like 3 times a season where someone takes that tweet and gets like 100,000 retweets. It was crazy. Or like one time on Instagram, it had like 1.2 million likes or something. and I was like, so I'm not making money off this. Is that right? Like,
How do
I link to it in the Fantasy Life newsletter maybe like once every few months, and I always pull up the OG tweet. We take care of you there.
I see. I love that newsletter. I always read it.
It's fantastic.
Denny, do you have? I know you were doing kid stuff, so you didn't get to watch the whole first half. You got any angles here for a pick 'em? You like lowers, just complete nihilism. Nothing's gonna happen.
Well, look. So what? Kenny Pickett is starting second half. Is that what you guys were saying?
TBD, but yeah.
Because was Hurts being evaluated for a head injury?
But then he went into the locker room. So
yeah, I saw him get crushed near the goal line, and I was like, well, he's done. Like that's.
But he didn't go in like with the people. He went in by himself, so it's like unclear.
With what? He went in by himself?
Yeah.
No. Pat, he ran in with the team.
No, sorry, that's what I mean. He didn't go in with medical personnel around. He went in like a normal player.
So he was in the blue tent and a medical tent, and then the halftime ended, and he was like, okay, this doesn't carry over. I get to run in with my team. And he just ran in with his team. And they're like, I guess there's nothing we could do. That just supersedes it. It's halftime now.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
You're the quarterback. You got to give a rousing speech.
Well,
we'll just let you go.
Look, I think a Barkley over would be good. You got any of those?
Yeah, we took one of those. Yeah, let's cook up one more halftime one here with Denny. We're just gonna be heavily invested in Barkley rushing for more than 40 yards.
Let's do a Hurts is good to go. Rusty says he's good. Rusty says Hurts is good to go.
Yeah,
that's as good a source as you can find.
All right. Well, Hurts is not in the lobby, but we could do.
Okay.
Yeah, Washington's a huge run funnel. You got to go, Barkley.
Yeah.
Hurts is good. Let's do the receivers or something.
Yeah, do we want it? The only Commanders. So we did Ekeler in the first one with Commanders, and then I got to take advantage of our boost. I haven't done the boost yet.
Okay.
So this has to be our best one. Let's boost it.
Okay.
What about Jaden Daniels rushing yards? I know Denny says he doesn't run anymore, but maybe.
What is it?
He needs 19 rushing yards to clear this.
Oh man!
I don't know. In that game, he missed all of. He only had 3.
Yeah. Well,
he actually had like 50 something in that game. He had a 50-yard run, and then he got hurt.
Hey, what about a rushing touchdown?
He has 35 plus yards in 8 of 10 games.
All right, let's
35 plus yards in 8 of 10 games. He is on a streak of 1 game. Denny will remind us where he doesn't have more than 10 rushing yards. 1 game streak, but in 8 of 10, 35 plus. We need 19 in the second half.
It's over, Ben.
Yeah, it feels good.
All right, what's our favorite? Do we want our entire night hinging on Kenny Gainwell getting 6 more rushing yards?
Yes, Kenny Gainwell, baby. Run funnel, Denny.
What about Shipley?
That McLaurin line was pretty
Denny.
fun.
It's Gainwell season.
Wait. Scroll down. Who was that with all the 0.5s? Was that Alameda?
Yes.
Zacchaeus is just a 0.5 reception right now at 0.92.
This is the Burt sweat all over again, Gretch. You want it?
No, I don't. He's gonna catch a pass, but I don't want to touch it.
So we could do Terry again. We could do Gainwell again. We could do a Brian Robinson again if we think they're going to just try to keep it on the ground with the rushing.
Do we think Ertz gets any catches in a revenge game? Is he hurt?
He either needs 2 more receptions or 17.
I thought you guys said he was hurt.
I love that 2 receptions is docked, but 13 yards isn't. They're literally giving him like they would prefer you to play 2 receptions compared to 13
this is a Hurts is in. So I think an Ertz actually makes sense as a Hurts is in play.
But don't you love that? Like they're giving him a yards per reception of lower than 6.5 with that.
Well, like the longest reception at the beginning of the game was 15.5. And
I think you got to take the yards.
He's
had 6 15+ yard receptions this season, which is kind of crazy. But
all right, we're gonna boost this.
Boost it.
All right,
you're gonna take over 9. you got to take the 12 receiving yards, right? I mean,
Crane, your hair
all
is
right, we're going a
glorious,
little-
by the way.
I
I mean, that's a lot of hair going on, man.
know. Yeah.
fucking James Dean hair over here.
The secret is to not cut it.
Yeah, but that it looks like you have not cut it.
I haven't.
Let's see. Hertz
Is on a
returned to the
bike
Eagles
now.
sideline.
They're like, didn't you hit your head? No, it's my leg. I'm on a bike.
It's the lowest concussion in history, guys.
No one has ever been as lucid as Jalen Hurts is with a concussion in the history of the NFL.
Ever.
He didn't get off that bike great. I got
No, he didn't. No, we saw that.
What kind of?
He was struggling.
He's struggling to get off the bike.
Yeah, I don't know, guys.
This is where we get like tweets that I don't know if like it's actually abnormal. They're like, Kenny Pickett's throwing with Jahan Dotson on the sideline. I'm like, couldn't that just be a thing they would do in a normal game too?
So he passes the time.
Like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh! The first play was designed for Dotson. You guys see that? I mean, I'm in the first half.
Yeah.
Says he's
Oh,
cleared to return. That's what Underdog
Clear
just.
to return?
That's what Underdog just sent.
That confirms that these teams are just dead set on revenge games, right? The fact that Dotson got a target to start the game, like they know.
It's definitely a thing. They definitely are aware, and especially when it's like an August trade within the division. In Dotson's case, the Russell Wilson thing where Fields said they got him what was it, a game ball, a petty game ball after they beat the Broncos.
Right.
Yeah, I mean there was a whole.
Robinson.
They were aware of it in the Steelers locker room, right? They wanted to win that one for their backup injured quarterback, who's now the starter. I mean, that's
the Gipper.
What kind of revenge is that? You get the first target. Is Dotson running over to the commander's sideline? First target, bitches. Suck it.
Well, and the Washington defender like pushed him over afterward. It was like, get out of here, man. Come on.
He's like, Luke McCaffrey made you dispensable. Get out of here.
Right. Yeah, it would be cool if Washington did something with Daniels. That'd be awesome. I have Daniels everywhere, as you could tell.
Jimmy Kempski has it as evaluated for a concussion, cleared to return on Bluesky. By the way,
Nice.
By the way, Denny Bluesky, how you doing with Bluesky? You're the Bluesky man. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. We got Pete to sign up just mere hours ago.
Oh, Pete's on the sky.
I'm
has
making
not
no
tweeted-
promises, but no one can steal my handle.
Yeah,
now.
that's a good idea. It would be negligent not to get on the sky right now, as far as
But you were a
social
Sky
media.
thought leader. I told these guys you were on it since the second Clinton administration.
I've been on it since I was giving out invitations. and let me tell you, the site gained 1 million new followers today, apparently.
Wow.
10 million over the past week, I think. And so it's humming, but it didn't used to be that way. Trust me. Listen, I would post there, and I would be like, "That's a hell of a post there." And that's going viral. And I would
Three
be
likes.
thrilled if it got 10 likes.
I didn't even know
was
about it
telling
until
these guys-
yesterday.
I was lurking over there, a few weeks ago. I was seeing some of your political posts and stuff. I mean, my feed would just be Denny. And I was only following like 15 people or something at the time, but it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, but you're getting after it. You're just
Look, I
posting
have
every day.
8,000 posts there.
Wow.
8,000?
That's a lot of. I don't know if
Denny,
I've
I was
ever posted
on.
that
I
much
was
in my
on
life.
mostly just for your political posts. I was just
Oh,
using Blue Sky was like Denny's feed app. for
It's your
me.
tweet deck for Denny's political.
It was just Denny's posts. I renamed
That-
my home screen just called Denny's posts.
I have
Maybe-
32 posts over there. You have 8,000.
I'm thinking of kickstarting my account over there with a screenshot of a famous "The Enemy Speaks" Riley and holds a knife post.
Do it.
Yeah,
No.
dude, how did you come up with that, Pete?
I actually. That's a good one, Pete.
Listen, adjusted for platform. So I have 11,000 followers. That's 1.7 million.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm so jealous. There are people on here who have like 250,000. That's insane.
On Blue
That's
Sky.
an insane amount of people on this platform.
Wow.
Denny, can you make us a starter pack so we can get some followers?
Oh,
Well, and, I mean,
yeah.
there's-
You guys need to get into the starter packs. Yes.
I'm scrolling my timeline over
I
there
think
right
I
now.
am because I got 1,000 followers with no work, so I'm pretty sure I'm in some packs.
Oh, it must be nice.
They put me in packs.
No, I
Yeah,
just-
no, it's great.
People to follow me, and then I got a few followers. But
You didn't have to grind 8,000 posts to get
No.
some followers.
But John Bosch was like, "Hey, I was gonna put you in one of these packs, but like your account's very different than on Twitter." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's all retweets of Denny posts."
Yeah.
Then he gets 3 likes and one of them's Pat.
Yeah. I'm over there. I'm good. I honestly like am so much happier on Blue Sky than I was. And then I've been on X for a long time.
Yeah.
Did we do Daniel's rushing?
Yes.
Nice, because he just did a design run and lost 2 yards and wasn't a sack.
damn it.
Nice. So Brian Robinson has almost cleared his though already.
This is a clear design run. It's a rush attempt for -2 yards. Usually they go down to sacks with quarterback runs. We're just going to get -2 out of that.
So he's just never going to score a fantasy point again. Is that-
I was going to say, for the people that are, a little bit skeptical of Blue Sky, you got Denny over there with his 8,000 posts. But of these people who have showed up recently, a lot more than just like fantasy analysts. There's a ton of beat writers over there. I got into a starter pack there, and
Yes.
you've got beats for both of the teams playing tonight. You got a lot of the national NFL writers. Mina Kimes went over there, and then she was joking that
She's been recruiting. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Got
been
over
really
Benjamin
heavy.
Solak is on my timeline right now. Greg Rosenthal is Barnwell,
Danny Kelly,
Dominic
Barnwell,
Fox, Danny
yeah.
Kelly. All of those guys are over there, and they're
Greg Rosenthal. Yeah.
They're posting, guys. This is Twitter circa 2015, baby. We're back.
I know. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You can
Look,
actually
do we have
link
Jane
to things.
Daniels circa week 1 while we're doing
Yeah, that'd be
these
a
all
nice
the
circa.
trips here. That'd be
Can you
nice.
get that
Would
circa?
like to go back to that.
Yeah,
as well.
I don't even remember that, honestly.
Now, someone asked
I
if
can
Denny's been
Google it,
owned
okay.
online. I did see, or on Blue Sky, I did see a goofy guy pointing, and someone asked if that was Denny. So it does seem like people are attempting to own you over there.
Yeah. No, the unknown streak continues on Blue Sky.
Yeah, not been successfully owned, but people are trying.
They're trying. You got to give them credit.
Yeah, you got to hand it to them.
You do got to hand it to them.
The timeline, once you get a new timeline set up, that's kind of liberating too, because you're like, I get to re-choose sort of what I want to see on my feed. I follow like 1,500 people on Twitter, and I'm not sure why.
Oh, I look at sometimes I would look at who I'm following. I'm like, who is that? I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah. So like, I'm sure there's some people that I've overlooked on Blue Sky early, but I'm basically like, if I don't recognize you and know that I enjoy following you, I'm probably just not going to click follow at this moment in time. I'm just going to start with the people that I really like.
It's a fresh start. It's a fresh start, and you're in a
I'm
totally different position now.
I'm doing the complete opposite. I'm just hitting follow all on all the starters, and then I'm eventually
following everyone on Blue Sky.
I'm following everyone. I will.
Be careful,
will
man.
eventually.
You're gonna open your app one day and be like, what?
Well, I told you guys earlier.
Well,
too,
I'll pare back. I think eventually,
I'm finding how quickly it'll take me to mute some of the people that I had already muted. So it's like, it only took you 2 days till I got annoyed at your profile,
Guys.
again.
And the block function is crazy on
What do you
Blue
mean?
Sky. Like you eliminate that person from existence when you block them.
What are you
Like they
Denny's a
can't-
serial killer on Blue Sky.
Yeah, what is
Early adopters also get a henchman with their block?
No, you can't listen. Once you block a person, that person cannot see you. Period. Ever. With that,
Isn't
How
that the
is
way
that
it used to
different?
work on Twitter?
That's the point of blocks, right?
no, that's
How
not.
else?
No. They anyway. Also the people who follow you can't see that person in your mentions. Okay, that's the difference.
Oh, okay. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So because
Gotcha.
remember, like, so you block someone and then people would be like dogpiling in the mentions, and you would just start to see other people chiming in, but you didn't know what was going on. That was terrible. I hated it.
Yeah.
Because then you would unblock them so you would know what's going on.
Yeah,
and then
right. That's
you-
exactly right.
That's what see. That's the problem.
One of the
Right.
things
Shit.
I saw for
I
Blue Sky
untucked it.
was if you at any point you can just like take your post and turn it off for where like it can't be engaged with anymore. So like all the posts where you become like the main character on Twitter and everyone quote tweets it, you can just be like stop. And then they can't do it anymore.
Yeah, no, I did not want to be the main character of
I
RedZone.
need to learn how to do all this. I still can't even figure out how to like post a link in it to show up as the link.
Oh,
when
that's
I-
another thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm asking. So please tell me, because I was trying to like, for example, the YouTube link for tonight's show, but it was not working very well.
You mean I'm posting on Blue Sky?
Yeah, on Blue Sky.
Yeah. Okay, right. It doesn't show like the graphic or whatever, right?
Maybe
until
that's
you hit
all it
send?
was.
Until you hit
No,
send.
at all.
Like the
I don't
embed
know.
preview thing. Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking
But it
about?
wasn't showing up correctly. I don't know. I'll have to like screenshot y'all a picture later.
So another thing is that the Blue Sky, the links are not suppressed, which was happening.
That's
on-
cool. Yeah.
on X and on Threads. I know you guys,
Which
maybe
is
you
like
wanna-
the point of Twitter. Like the whole point of Twitter was it was this whatever town square. You can find other people's work and people can share their work and you can read their work, and it doesn't exist anymore
it it doesn't.
on Twitter.
That's right. Ben, I'm trying to tell people, like my guy Rotopat, okay, bless his heart. He's having a hard time mourning Twitter, but Twitter's been dead for 2 years.
Yeah,
man.
it's been dead. It's been dead.
It's not the same as what people think it is.
No.
How's JJ doing? He got I mean, his mentions today were just some of the dumbest people alive.
Really? What
Did you
happened?
miss?
It
Did
was
you not
funny.
miss?
I
What
saw
happened?
that.
He literally just said, I'm gonna be posting some content over on Blue Sky.
Oh.
Still gonna be here, and he got just a bunch of people who didn't like read the tweet. They're like, "Bye, bitch," or whatever. It was like, well, I didn't say I was going anywhere. I said I was
You
gonna also add an account there.
But he even explained. I was reading one conversation with someone that he was doing both, and he's like, "I don't care. You're still a softie.
Yeah.
You're still a piece of crap."
Right.
Like,
Right. And that's why
we now
I
hate you.
I haven't made any sort of announcement because I don't want that blowback. Like,
Well, you've been announcing you're on Blue Sky for 4 years, Denny. I don't know if there's
no, but no, exclusively though.
Okay.
Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it because I do not want like days and days and days of people blowing up my. I should just delete my account. Honestly.
That's what was so funny about the JJ thing, though, was he was like he actually took the time in the replies and like quote tweeted and made a little thread and was like, I'm not quitting Twitter. I'm going to post at both places. I'm a content creator. For me, it makes sense to get as many eyeballs as I can get. And like, okay, that's perfectly reasonable. All right. If, some people are only going to be on Blue Sky. Some people are only going to be on Twitter. You can have accounts on both, but people are like, no, you have to stay on Twitter and you can't go to Blue Sky or else I hate you.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to those people. Like, it's not Twitter. It hasn't been Twitter in a long time.
I know.
Yeah,
It's not Twitter.
Denny, I noticed you always have called it X, which it's called. And
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's partly a bit, to be like the X
Uh-huh.
platform formerly known as Twitter, and I'll always go through that.
I think you're also the only person I've ever heard refer to it as the everything app.
Yeah, right, and also the everything, but because I mean, look, when it was intentionally, it was bought and killed
Yeah,
intentionally,
yeah.
like
Right.
and turned into something much darker. And
Right.
I'm not, I just didn't want to pretend that we still had Twitter. Twitter's dead. It's been dead.
Twitter dead. Yeah, Twitter's dead.
So
Now,
we thought we had to be worried about Jalen Hurts. Apparently, it's now Jane Daniels who we have to be worried about because he has an injured hand.
Come on.
That was the bleeding. That's what I asked. It
Yeah.
was bleeding. God damn
But
it.
we just need him to rush. Mostly.
I would like his hand to work too.
I mean,
I'm on my couch, by the way, because I thought I should be able to see the game while I'm talking
yeah, I
to
like
you guys.
that.
And I'm not in my office, so that's why it's dark. I'm sorry about that.
No,
Great.
you're good. Do you have one of the biggest couches on the Eastern Seaboard, like your
It's-
deck too?
It's actually enormous. It's a crazy thing. It's like multi like there are like several parts to it. I don't know.
Wow.
wow.
Look at that.
It's
I guess
yeah.
those Blue Sky checks are really starting to roll
Yeah.
in.
the Soros checks, buddy. Let's go. It's it's not as big as my
Denny
deck.
is definitely bought and paid for by Soros. There's no question. He buys you great couches and great decks.
Just the biggest deck in all of Maryland.
Amazing.
What's the over? What's the number on Barkley?
Let's see.
We got to get to 90 something.
Yeah, 96.5, and he's at
You guys were just talking about the
61.
everything app. I saw Denny, where do you stand on Skeet?
I was
saw
going to ask that.
Skeet.
Yeah.
What?
I'm so confused.
Yeah,
post on-
okay, all right. It's a sensitive thing. It's a sensitive thing on Blue Sky. I've never said ski. I'm never calling it a ski.
These are passing yards.
There
Wait,
goes
what are
Barkley.
people?
Not good. Well, it's okay for Hertz, right?
What are people
it's okay
calling
for Hertz.
ski?
Ski? It's like a post.
A tweet. A tweet is a ski.
A tweet
Oh, see,
on
all
Sky.
I ever
A
think
Sky
of is like
tweet.
that old song, skeet, skeet, skeet.
Oski,
No.
skeet, skeet. That's where
Right,
my head
Yeah.
went to.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why it's not great.
And isn't
Yeah.
skeet like means
That's
something
what it
else?
means. Yes. That's what
Like,
the
not
song also
appropriate?
means.
It means
Steph.
what you think
Yeah.
it means.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not always hip with the kids, but I'm like, from what I know about it.
Back in my day.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Back
confusion
in
about
my
that.
day.
I call it a post.
But
That-
a post smart. I saw one that said, I just wanted to share this ridiculously funny one. You were talking about the everything app. It said, I'm only going to use X for my personal banking from now on. Over on Blue Sky.
That's great. Yeah, that's so good.
Oh, that's good.
Very
That's
funny.
so good.
Yeah. Who honestly, who would possibly do that? Like link their bank account to Elon Musk's social media app. I mean, how quickly would you lose all your money? It'll be within
Oh my
minutes.
God. And it's gone.
And a plus. There you go. And there's no way to get it back.
Yeah. You have those OnlyFans subs though.
You're right. Wow, I'm gonna have to look into that strongly.
I don't know. You'll have to show a lot of deck.
Would you? It's true. That is true. I would have to have a live stream of my gigantic deck.
Is there
Golden
a Periscope version over there for you,
man,
Denny?
Pete,
Oh,
remember
Periscope.
Periscope?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was great. That's when they were doing cool
Is
stuff.
that what,
to,
was that
like,
what you
connect
you ate
people.
the meat mountain on? Was that on Periscope?
Yeah, it
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
Wow.
I loved Periscope, man.
That's where the Wii golf streams were birthed.
Yes.
That was
Oh,
fun.
Okay, I
Golf
missed
was so
this.
good. Fade route.
Come on.
That's
I
nowhere
swear to God,
close.
like I just can't watch Jake Elliott attempt another field goal. Like I'm just done with it.
But it's gonna happen. It's happening.
Oh.
Happening right now. Yeah.
I
This
know,
is-
and I'm saying I want to unplug everything.
The only thing that will make this game better for me is if the Commanders do win, because I'm just like rooting for them to win this division so bad, and then Jane Daniels has to get in the MVP conference. I just want Jane Daniels to win MVP in his rookie
I
year.
just want the Eagles to lose, but I'm a Cowboys fan, so that was kind
I
of.
just want Jane Daniels to score more than 21 and a half fantasy points. Or
Also,
whatever.
he's gonna need to put up stats to win MVP. It's gonna be required.
This is another 8-point, 10-point Jaden Daniels night. I'm telling you.
I don't think he's going to be at Lamar though.
Well, if Lamar,
Tyler-
I mean, they're winning a bunch of close games, but if the Ravens like might not really even win enough games, like the MVP is usually the 1 seed, you know.
I think they'll win enough games for him to win. He's
But-
just so much
Yeah.
better than everybody else right now.
He's looks
Denny, what would
CD
Tyler wants to know what your OnlyFans handle would be? His is emo reverse cowboy.
Wow.
he's given this a lot of thought.
Have you met Tyler before?
I know Tyler. He actually helped me out big time during a preseason chat where he was for some reason the NBC YouTube page wasn't functioning, and so he was actually translating the questions to me through Twitch. It was amazing. I appreciate it.
DP Carter 13. I don't know. We get,
CD Carter 69.
Yes, I think that's a parody account that exists.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, something like
CD Harder.
What'd you say?
CD Harder.
There, right? Hey, I have my pick. That's the point.
Denny-
I could hear all that while I was getting this, whatever sparkling water. And I got back, and the first thing I saw when I sat down was Steph's face, and she was just.
Okay.
Tyler said
Denny, when-
CD's nuts 69.
Oh,
There you go. CD's nuts. I like that. Denny, when was the last time you had Taco Bell?
Oh, good question. I would say, you know what it was? Oh, I know exactly when it was. So I came back from I don't know if you knew this. I was in Greece in the summer. And I came back from Greece about 10 days.
I think I saw a few skeets about that. Yeah.
I actually think. Oh no, I did a bit where I talked about the frisbee throw. I think when I was in.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
that video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I came back 10 days before my wife and kids. Right. They stayed there with my in-laws. Anyway, I come back and I ate Taco Bell 3 times that week.
Amazing.
And I get the same thing every time. I get 2 chicken tacos and I get 2 bean burritos, and that's it.
Wow.
It's
Really
very
not
excellent.
exploring kind of the depth of the Taco Bell menu, I feel, Denny.
No. It's a very plain sort of situation. Have I told you my new? I don't think I've told you. So all I've been eating lately for the past month is chickpeas.
I saw you post a can of chickpeas, but I didn't understand why. I thought it was a hummus throw.
I was like, I love chickpeas and hummus.
Do you mean literally all? Nothing but chickpeas?
Well, oatmeal in the morning, chickpeas in the afternoon, and then sometimes chickpeas.
Are you a bird? Like
What's
what
going
happened?
on, man?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, that's what my kid says.
That was great.
That's really good. No, I've been eating an ungodly amount of chickpeas, guys. It's why.
The why is the part that we're wondering about. Yes, the why.
Okay, I'll get to the why. Okay, all right. It fills me up, and that's all that matters. And
okay, that's
what do you mean?
It fills me up, and at 41, I'm not putting on the LBs eating chickpeas, right?
I don't know. You
Is this
put a
what
lot of
I-
oil
quote?
in hummus, so it depends.
That sounded so
It's
good.
still-
I'm not putting on the
still gets it
LBs eating chickpeas.
I didn't mean that.
Chickpea spokesperson now.
I would be. Hey, if you're listening, if someone's working for a chickpea company, you just talk to me.
chickpea. Big
I will hawk your
Are
shit
you
all
eating
over
hummus,
me.
or what do you mean you're eating chickpeas? Like, are you just,
You can
You
put
see,
them on
like-
your salad. You can eat them on as a side dish.
What do you
I'm
mean?
No, Stephanie. No. We're not adding anything to the chickpeas. We put it in a bowl. We put salt on it. We put red wine vinegar, and we put roasted red peppers.
Is
and
this the
that's
royal we, or is this the family you're making eat this?
Yeah, this is me, man.
Okay.
I would never do this to anybody else. If I had a hostage in my house, I wouldn't feed them this.
That honestly
I mean,
would be
I
worse
like
than
red
water
wine
burger.
vinegar, so this actually doesn't sound bad. I like the
salt,
red pepper.
red wine vinegar, and
Yeah.
spicy pepper. That's how we get the chickpeas
Red-
down.
red- yeah.
Are they
yeah,
hot?
They're a
No.
little hot. I mean, they're
So you microwave? What are you doing? You're putting a can of chickpeas in a bowl and you're microwaving? What are you doing?
Well, sometimes I cook them, but mostly I just eat them out of the can.
Oh,
I know. Listen,
How many?
I know.
Now I need to know, like, at what kind of frequency? How many of these bowls are we having a day? At Chick-fil-A?
okay, all right, Pete. I every week at the grocery store, I go and I get 10 cans of chickpeas, and I eat all 10.
Oh my
This
god,
is-
it's worse than I thought.
This is insane. This
It's all
is
This guy-
Denny. There's so many things that you've done that have seemed insane over the years, but this top of them.
Honestly, as someone whose metabolism has slowed down considerably in his late 30s, I am intrigued.
That's it up.
What a
You know,
treat.
what a
Take
taking
notes,
think of it.
Go to store once a week. Buy 10 cans of
You said 10
chickpeas.
cans? Okay.
This is just called starvation.
Guys, it's $1 a can. You're losing money not eating chickpeas.
What does your family think of this behavior?
Blue sky checks are not coming in as hard as we were hoping.
No,
The
no,
family's nowhere
no.
near him. You probably are. I mean, chickpeas are like beans. You know,
Yeah.
beans, the musical fruit. You know,
I no, absolutely. And listen, yeah, I mean, I'm not, I'm not immune to gas. It's happening.
God
what
damn
am I,
it.
what am I
Tell
gonna
me
do?
everything else you're
Family.
gassy as hell.
And I mean, sometimes it's painful, but that's the price, that's the price you pay.
I can't drink my beer.
My God.
Unreal, Denny.
I've needed to lose some weight, but trying to figure out, a good
He's
diet or
just eating
something. I
cold
think I'm just
chickpeas
gonna
from the
get
can.
fatter. I'm
Ben,
not gonna
Ben.
do this.
No, listen, Ben, listen to me. I'm telling you right now. Okay, how old are you, Ben? How old are you?
37.
Okay, you're 37. You're perfect age for chickpeas. Listen, you don't even have to exercise anymore. You don't have to work out. You just eat chickpeas, and you're good. I'm telling you.
I think I'm gonna try it. Man. I'm gonna try chickpeas.
I gotta try it too.
You
Screw
just-
it.
Wait,
I mean,
cold?
you're
Are
gonna
you
look
eating
like
them cold?
mostly it's cold.
It's so rough.
Yeah, listen, you're gonna look like Brad Pitt within 3 months. But just
Denny lives in a fantasy where he gets like a GQ magazine shirtless cover, and it's just like, what was your secret? Chickpeas.
chickpeas, man.
Well, I mean, if there's a chickpea magazine, Denny's on the cover for sure.
You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna eat chickpeas for 3 months, and then I'm gonna go look in the mirror and look the exact same and be like, God damn,
No,
dude,
no.
I ate chickpeas
That
for
was
nothing.
miserable.
Now the key
What
is
gave you the idea originally, though?
I'll get that and just say that's a good question. The key is that you don't eat anything else. You just got
So it might be less about the chickpeas and more about the not eating anything else. Denny.
Starvation.
but no, it's not starvation. No, I swear. No, it fills me up, guys. It fills my tummy.
You know,
And
your
I'm
stomach
good.
does shrink and your metabolism slows down to accommodate what you're eating. Our bodies know when we're in feast or famine. So it thinks it's in a famine.
No,
So
it doesn't.
It requires you to need less energy, which actually slows your metabolism down. If you go back to eating normal, you'll gain weight again, which is the problem with a lot of people.
So if you ever stop eating those chickpeas, Denny, you're gonna balloon.
No. This isn't one of those diets. This isn't a diet where I'm like, I
it's
can't
not
even
a
look-
diet. It's just called
You're right.
eating.
This is not like any other diet. Just cold chickpeas out of a can.
Diets,
and I
we
do have
to
a
sell
degree. My
people on.
undergrad
You have
is
to
in
get people to buy in.
health and
what's it-
kinesiology.
Okay.
So I do
okay.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
a little bit
no,
with
I'm sure.
metabolism. I did this.
Yeah,
for
everything you said
a
made
living
way
in the
more
past.
sense than anything you said over there.
My sister-in-law is a dietitian, and she's not a fan of the chickpea thing.
No, because she knows
Yeah.
that you need complete proteins to live. I mean, actually, a chickpea kind of, but
there's
we still have
protein.
problems.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're-
no, that's what I was
So
saying. I was like,
420 calories is apparently from
blend
the
it.
chat. The chat says 420 calories in a can. That's a lunch. I mean, that's not starvation lunch.
No. I'm telling you, like, if I'm hungry, I'll eat. Like, I'm not starving myself at all. But it is. I know it's gross to most people. What does it say? That you have what? You have garbanzo bean. On
Garbanzo
your-
bean?
Oh yeah. So it's a kind of garbanzo bean.
bonzo bean.
I'm not entirely sure what a garbanzo bean is, but
It's a type.
I mean, if it's not broken with the chickpeas, don't fix it, Denny.
Yeah.
Why do you say on your face? I mean, I feel like that's
I don't
there's
know. I
some
think
kind of
maybe
like
some
Yeah, I don't
kind of
get it.
innuendo happening there.
yeah.
I was a little confused about that. But 69 grams of sodium.
Yeah, Denny. I mean, that's something, man. Like I'm a big fan of like if I'm need a quick snack in between meals, I like grabbing a handful of cashews. Like that's kind of my go-to. But this chickpea stuff, man, it's on another level.
Cashews. So I feel like isn't almonds the way to go there? As far as
Almonds
cashews,
are better.
man.
Almonds are.
Let's go,
usually
AJ.
better choice.
Yeah, I got a bag of almonds. I got the Costco bag of unsalted almonds. That's a good
I mean,
one.
I love cashews. Don't get me wrong, but I
they're
immediately
great.
gain 11 pounds as soon as I eat one cashew. So.
This is the problem with the chickpea diet. You have one cashew and you gain 11 pounds. This is
Yeah,
Steph
this sounds bad,
explaining.
Denny.
I'm just telling you.
Denny,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
And you stop drinking beer, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I drink a beer.
You don't have a nice Miller Light with some chickpeas?
no, just hard seltzers
Yeah.
or tequila.
I was gonna say just drink it
Tequila
straight. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, tequila is can't gain weight with tequila. That's a fact.
Denny, it's
You
such
just
a
throw
good
it
thing
up.
that you're happily married. Can you imagine dating right now and trying to explain to someone about your
No.
chickpea diet?
No, I actually think I guess I would just be alone forever because people anyone, any girl, they'd be like, "What are you talking about, chickpeas? Are you a serial killer?"
Now, I was imagining when you said you're gonna be alone forever that you would actually have an ultimatum at some point where you say, "Denny, it's me or the chickpeas."
That would be a Seinfeldian moment. I wouldn't know what to pick. When the Zoomers have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so this new guy I'm dating, he's got like 10,000 followers on Bluesky, and he only eats chickpeas, and he's hot as hell.
I got an 8-pack from chickpeas, guys. Crazy.
This sounds like there's definitely some women that would line up to sign up for that.
Yeah.
Like that's a
That seems
that's a thing that
you could do worse.
appealing.
You could definitely do worse.
Oh man! Someone said one tablet of salt would devastate this guy. Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
I have
Yeah,
no
and-
idea what's going on in this game.
It's not
no
good.
fantasy
Nothing.
point.
I was watching nothing exciting.
Now Ryan said roasted chickpeas,
They're good.
broccoli over brown rice topped with goddess dressing. Great meal. Denny, did you just kind of zone out after I said
Ooh,
chickpeas?
green goddess dressing is really good, but it's fattening.
Green goddess dressing. Oh, you know what? I do know about that. But I don't know if I would put it on chickpeas though.
Well,
What is
chickpeas
green
go in a lot of
goddess?
salads.
Yes.
So, dressing on salads makes a lot of sense.
So I actually, guys, I went to a party on Friday, right? And I don't get out very much, so I was very excited to go. And I swear to God, this is not a bit. I'm not like trying to, but I get there and what do they have on the table but a big bowl of chickpeas?
No.
like I mean, but they're like done up. They're like well
This is-
made.
Well, they didn't.
Hey,
So you're saying they didn't just take the can?
No.
Dump it into
This is literally, and I think you should leave skit, which Denny famously didn't enjoy. Denny's the guy sitting in the middle of the room of a party eating a whole bowl of chickpeas.
And I was like, oh my god. I was like tapping Melissa on the shoulder. I was like, look, they have chickpeas. And I got a whole plate of chickpeas. I'm just scarfing them down.
Literally, real life, I think.
Denny has like a giant bulge in his pocket from the chickpea can he smuggled in. He's like, oh, we need to bring it.
I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is good. This is so good. I mean, I was talking with the host. I was like, where do you buy your chickpeas? Like what kind, what brand? I want to know.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dominate the whole.
No,
No,
I
this
we
is
needed
amazing.
something.
We needed
Chickpeas
this.
filled the fantasy
This is-
point sized hole in
Yeah.
this
This
game.
is why we bring people on the show to talk about their passions. Like chickpeas.
Mine is chickpeas, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, if there is a company out there that's listening, I will sponsor. I'll do anything to promote your.
Literally anything.
This is a good image. Tim says, go to the movies, order an empty popcorn bucket, and fill it with
Oh my
chickpeas while you watch a
God.
movie. That sounds like a nice.
If you have some red wine vinegar, I'll do it.
You want some butter on that? No, just the red wine
No,
vinegar.
just red
please.
wine vinegar.
Three
man.
pumps.
Crazy butter.
3 pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
society.
nature's healing.
Yeah.
With chickpea
Honestly,
content.
Denny, I don't know that a chickpea brand could do better if they're looking for an authentic blue sky influencer. That
I
you
feel
have the
influenced.
market cornered.
I'm the only one.
Definitely going to eat more chickpeas in the near future of my life.
Oh,
There's-
Ben,
I am too.
if you do it, we gotta be in touch. We gotta be chickpea brothers.
You have a group thread with all
Is
the
there something
chickpea
I
heads?
need to know digestively, or what? Do we
I mean,
Yeah,
you're gonna
but-
poop
It's a lot of
You're gonna-
fiber, Gretch. It's a lot of fiber.
gotta be in touch with us and talk about how regular we are.
You're gonna be super regular, like
Okay.
regular to the point of like alarm. You know,
Wait, no, that doesn't seem regular. It seems
no,
It might be
what
a
I
little
mean, what I mean is
excessive.
like regular to the point of like oh my god, it's happening. Yeah, I gotta.
that just again that
irregular.
doesn't seem regular in the sense
So
of
I'm gonna get
There's
irritable bowel
space.
syndrome. Is what you're telling me.
No, I mean you just got to be home all
Just
the
the
time.
pooping
That's
part.
all.
No, regular implies a rhythm and a schedule. You're saying it can happen anytime, I think.
No. It is a rhythm and a schedule. You just got to make sure you never leave the house. That's it.
The schedule is
What-
after you eat
Unless
the
we're
What is
going
the
chicken.
somewhere
rhythm?
where they clearly serve a lot of chickpeas and are aware that this is a chickpea party and we're gonna need
Danny,
extra.
I think you might be allergic to chickpeas, man.
Oh man, maybe. Maybe.
I think it's doing just absolute damage to your
You're
insides.
just wrecking you.
This
Listen,
is
you-
why you're
No
losing
wonder
so
you're
much
losing
weight.
You're losing weight. Because honestly, we
Permanent
actually hold
laxative.
about 15 pounds of fecal matter inside our body at any time.
Really?
So
I don't have any. I don't have
cleaning
any.
it out-
Purple
It's
Yoshi
like
doesn't have
cleaning
any.
it out.
Kenny
That's-
Gainwell, baby.
Let's
That's
do it.
Gainwell.
Yeah.
That should put
Look
us
at
over
that,
easily.
Pat.
Yeah.
Purple Yoshi's comment. I can't stop shitting, but I am so thin.
All right. That was very good. Now we need a lot more. We do have one pick'em that's now one away here. We need Terry McLaurin higher than 25.5. So an Eagle score here is very good for us.
Yeah, that would be
Nice.
good for me as well. Who has again Jaden
Gainwell,
Daniels.
man.
There's another big game.
Whoa.
He is
Again.
way over.
Wow.
This game.
There we go. We just need a McLaurin catch. Unfortunately for that stat, when I was talking about the intermediate throws for Jaden Daniels that aren't looking good, Ben Solak just tweeted that Jaden Daniels has not completed a pass more than 6 yards downfield
Yikes.
tonight.
Great.
6
So he
yards.
hasn't been very good.
I'm telling you guys, it's over. It's just all over.
Man, a rushing TD here. We have to get some Hertz points, please.
Guys, Gainwell
I want-
shot out of a cannon.
Did look
God
good.
damn it.
I mean, there's a reason they're not playing Shipley.
Do you guys have a lot of Eagles best ball exposure? I mean, like the passing attack, because I do, and that sucks.
Sure. Yeah.
Not really.
I have a lot of like Hertz and Brown.
Yeah.
and
I have a lot of
Smith.
Hurts and Brown.
I have a lot of Hurts, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work out. Oh,
Well,
I'll
none
tell
of
you the
first
one.
round.
Oh, guys,
out.
I have so many Caleb best ball stacks. Good God.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
stop him. They got
I
it.
have a lot of Caleb too. It's
Oh.
not good.
I do
Wow,
as
They're
well.
saying
Tush
he's
Push,
short.
he did it again.
They're
Down
saying
the
he's
board.
short. He looked like he
Yeah.
got into me.
I was texting,
No,
but it did not
you don't
look
need
like
to
he
challenge. You just
He was-
Tush Push.
He was in.
Man, that's rough.
He's gonna throw the challenge flag, but
Nah,
They
you
don't
just
need
I don't
to.
think so, man, because it's 1st and 10.
He looked like he was in.
Oh, he's down.
Oh,
He's
he's
down.
No,
way
he's down.
He's
His
down.
elbow's
Okay, yeah.
down. That's
Give
clear.
us the 6. Give us the 6.
down.
there we
Oh,
go.
Tushy.
Boom. He's in.
Saquon, good push, Saquon. Way to be a good teammate.
Beautiful.
Well, that was good. That was just all around good.
That was
Yeah.
very good.
That was good. That's what we wanted to see. Now we need Jaden Daniels to complete a pass more than 6 yards downfield, and we're golden. You know,
Is the Tush Push the most significant like fantasy development in our lives?
It's pretty
think
big.
so.
It's up there.
I
as far as
watched-
a single play goes. Yeah.
I had on NFL Network before this game, and they had a physicist on there explaining why the tush push basically can't be stopped.
Right. Well, it can with anybody else, but not with Hurts.
Well, not the way they're executing it. Well, not if you execute it correctly, apparently, but just no one else understands physics.
Right.
Except the Eagles.
I've seen Derek Carr try it, and let me tell you, it doesn't work. Like that.
Doesn't look good. Low man wins.
Well, it has to do with the weight
Are
of the
you
match.
kidding
Oh my God, he missed the extra point.
Me.
Jake Elliott's having
This
a
guy
night.
just ruined our overtime out.
Not to mention
Elliott is
three
having
main
a
events. 3 main events, guys.
Not
What?
fully.
Oh.
Not fully. We could have
18
the
to
Eagles
12.
go for 2. We could have the
No,
Eagles.
Washington scores a TD. They will go for 2 to make it 18 to 12, and then he has to miss another extra point later.
I thought that Elliott was good. I just thought the only problem was in
This is
is
one
that
of
they
the
don't.
worst games from a kicker I've ever seen.
I mean, just, they
Kevin,
just don't
is
usually
Jake
use
Elliott
it. Is the
woke?
problem.
Unbelievable.
I am sorry,
Freddie, what is your
guys.
take on whether
Everybody I
Jake
picked
Elliott
up-
is woke?
Has he gone woke
Elliott
and now is
for-
broke? Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Right.
So is he on Blue Sky?
that right. I'm actually searching for him on Blue Sky to see if he is woke and
If
broke.
he's woke.
Now I think
well,
the
we know
Eagles-
he's broke. That part's not in dispute.
So am I.
Yeah,
now that Jaden Daniels doesn't score fantasy points.
He's gone the way of Justin Tucker.
Yes.
But we didn't
Harrison
even make
Butker's
a
on
clip.
IR.
Well, he deserves it. Screw him. I was so happy. Sorry.
Plenty of time for
He is
him
not
to,
woke. He is not woke.
get in
No.
the kitchen,
No.
make his family some dinner.
TD, go for 2 to make it 6. I don't think you kick the field goal to make it 5. I guess you do kick the field goal to make it 5. Either way, then the Eagles score a TD, then they would go for 2. Or if the Commanders have gone for 2, they have to miss it, and then the Eagles kick the extra point. The Eagles go up by 3 again at some point by a margin of either 19 to 16 or 20 to 17, and then the Commanders kick a field goal. Those are our next 3 possessions: TD, field goal with some 2-point conversion shenanigans. 20 to 20 overtime.
That sounds like coping to me.
No, that's the most likely outcome.
No, really.
I just ran the simulations in my head, 20,000 of them. That is,
Yeah. I think the most likely outcome is Jaden Daniels fumbles on his first snap here. Oh well, guys, I have to get going. But thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, Denny.
Of course, man. This is a
I
blast.
appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing your chickpea secret.
Yeah, I
I'll
definitely feel
try this.
influence. I'm gonna be grabbing a can of those at some point.
Yeah,
this
you
weekend.
guys got to get on this bandwagon. We're gonna get this chickpea thing going.
Tell
That-
people
I'll
where they
have
can
this
find
for you.
where they can find all your work other than the 8,000 Blue Sky posts.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh well, I have all my football work on Roto World, and you can also check out Bad Faith Times if you'd like. But yeah, and then I'm on the Blue Sky, but the handle is not the same. Let me just tell you real quick. My handle on Blue Sky is at dennycarter.bsky.social.
Okay.
It rolls off the tongue.
Mm,
But
gotcha.
is the BSKY, that's like .social, that's just assumed, right? Is that not assumed?
You can change that. I don't know. I'm not a computer scientist, so I don't know.
You got to change your little StreamYard thing here. I see at CD Carter 13 on the screen here.
Oh no.
You got
Disaster.
to edit. Yeah.
I gotta do that. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun.
Yes, Denny. It was
Thanks,
great
man.
seeing you, buddy.
All right. Talk to you
Great
guys.
seeing
It's
you.
nice meeting you.
Later.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Bye.
That's Ertz, isn't it?
No, that's Ben.
No, Bates.
Sinnott.
John
Well,
Bates.
That doesn't
Not-
even help best ball.
That guy could
Yeah, it doesn't
move,
either.
so it couldn't have been Ertz.
Couldn't have been Ertz, yeah.
Oh, wait. Why is McLaurin on the sideline? That's bad.
What?
What?
That's really bad.
That's not good. I mean, he doesn't look hurt. He's got his helmet on.
Why is McLaurin not if you're doing like a power set with one receiver out wide, how is it not McLaurin?
I mean, he must be banged up or something.
I
It
don't know.
obviously would be McLaurin. They literally don't have another receiver on the team that should be on an NFL roster.
I bet like someone really
That's insulting to
impressed
Noah
Cliff with
Brown.
blocking, and he gets to play.
Noah
I'm
Brown has
kidding.
been-
I'm kidding.
Shit. I
Trust
wish he
me,
would do
I
well.
remember from the Cowboys.
Okay, that was Bates again.
Again, what are we doing?
That's the third tight end that you should be using. Well, I mean, actually, Ertz you shouldn't be using at all either, but we would like you to use Ertz. We bet on Ertz, right? We have Ertz somewhere?
Yeah, we have Ertz in there. Yeah.
Yeah, because he likes using him most of the time. It made sense.
What are we doing?
Nobody can catch. That's in there. So
All right, we got McLaurin, bottom of the screen.
That's Ertz.
That's Ertz.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
That was enough. We needed 13 yards. That was a 14-yard completion.
go. Boom.
I think that's going to get him to 23.
Yeah, he's clear.
all right.
26.
So
way off.
we
25.
could use Jaden or
McLaurin.
Terry now. There's Terry.
There's Terry.
There's
There's
Terry.
11 yards for Terry. Let's go.
All right.
That's good. We only need 25 or so. So now it doesn't have to be one long catch. Now he only needs what? Oh, they gave him 10 on that
He
play.
needs
So he needs
16.
16.
Long one wouldn't
Okay.
hurt.
They're calling
What else do we have on
right
the
at
Terry one? Oh, so they've both hit. Okay, so
That
nice.
was an 11-yard catch. Come on.
Terry back out. Why are they rotating him? Why do
There's
they keep
Bates
throwing
again.
at Bates?
I don't know. It's very confusing.
This is weird.
If you just pretend that that's Ben Sinnott, it's kind of fun.
But it's not.
The breakout is happening.
I mean, in my head, it's where we're rolling.
McLaurin wasn't in there.
Man, that's the second time this drive they've had a
Yeah.
9-yard completion
What
on
the hell
first
are they
and then just
doing?
ran it on 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1 is an opportunity to take a shot to McLaurin or something. Like, what are we doing? Run it on 3rd and 1. Although, running on 2nd and 1 didn't even work here, but it's it's not a free play, but it's a really nice down and distance to take a
I'll be
shot.
right because they could go for it on 4th, so it's just a,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
a good play to take a shot. Yeah.
I'm so pissed about that missed extra point.
It's quite annoying.
McLaurin's
Very.
back in.
They're going to wind up
Probably
kicking a
wrong.
long field goal on 4th and 1 here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be 4th and 3.
Well,
God,
I
not
mean, that's
4th
what
and
happens
2.
when you run it in up the middle there.
Just
But
let
that's
him
good
throw.
for the overtime sweat, right? Because then the Eagles score a touchdown, they go for 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're done with their kicker.
Let him throw. They're
Well, to
going
get
for it.
back up by 7.
They're going for it. But what a weird series of play calls. Are you just going to
Yeah.
run it at him again? Or are you
That's
gonna,
what I'm
gonna-
trying to figure out. Because
I think play action rollout has got to be the call. Oh my God, he fumbled.
you gotta be
Go,
kidding
Jaden.
me.
Oh
God.
my
He didn't even
God.
get close.
Whatever the play call was, he fumbled the snap. This is a disaster.
Disaster. God.
Can't even get the snap.
It was supposed to go to Robinson, I think. But he fumbled. Wow.
All right, so now would be the time to root for some big Barkley runs, I believe. Keep the Jane Daniels live. I don't know if we're going to get the Ekeler rushing yards. Probably not.
I was super excited about this game. AJ Brown, Jaden Daniels, fun players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels at 7 fantasy points.
Not great.
Nope.
Seriously, I thought this game was going to be so much fun. I don't know why.
Is this the first Eagles Commanders matchup, or do they have another one later this season?
Oh, they'll have another one.
Well, I know. I know they have
Yeah.
two. I'm just saying I didn't know
Yeah.
if they've already played once. I can't remember.
I can't either. Apparently.
Guessing this is the first one.
Do we have anything that we're rooting for here?
No,
Is it all in Washington?
Yeah, I
stuff?
think this is the first one.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I mean, all of our Eagles stuff is still. I mean, Saquon's rushing yards is probably the biggest one because it would open up. I just went through them. Barkley rushing, we have in 2, and then that would open up Jane Daniels higher rushing, getting us home, or Ekeler rushing, getting us home. Core is looking bleak with Daniels fantasy points.
Yeah.
How many fantasy points do we need?
A lot. We need 13 fantasy points from Jane Daniels. We need 5 more from Ertz, and we need 24 rushing yards from Barkley.
Yeah.
Noah Brown, what would you say it is that you do here, buddy? Block somebody on the edge.
I was like, I think that was an attempt at a ball. Not a good one.
Wow. What we really want is just a 70-yard Barkley TD. Just bang, bang, bang.
He's capable.
I mean, it's so brutal Washington to score there because if they score, they go for 2, I think. Maybe don't, but I mean, even if they just kick the extra point, regardless, it creates scenarios where you can get to overtime, but you can't now.
No, it's brutal.
Because now the Eagles just kicked the extra point to make it 19.
Oh, man.
Oh, there's your long
Carter.
TD.
Oh, no.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Fuck.
Wow. Come on, Dallas.
Dallas? Oh, Goddard.
Goddard.
Like the Cowboys?
We're on a first name basis when he does that.
I thought the Cowboys popped into my head.
No, trust me.
Did we want
God,
Washington to
recover
recover
that.
I can't. Is that bad that the Eagles recovered it?
Yeah, we wanted the Commanders to recover that for sure.
Well, I think no. I mean, we still. Well, which specific thing are you rooting for? I guess.
Yeah, I was like, there's a few different stories.
Wait, do we have stuff we can close out with the Eagles right now? We still need the Commanders to get more production, right?
Yeah, we do.
We can close out some of the halftime pick'ems, but Barkley rushing, him getting 20 more rushing yards, like opens up a bunch more things.
But then we need stuff coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the halftime one we can close? That's why I want the Commanders to get it back.
We can close with McLaurin, 16 yards, and we can close. Then the other stuff hinges on Barkley. If Barkley gets over 20 yards, then there's a Jane Daniels and an Ekeler that are also live.
Got it.
Basically, this would be a beautiful time for Barkley to house like a 23-yard touchdown right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would speed up Washington. The worst part about the Eagles missing all these kicks and everything is Washington is
right.
They get so conservative. They've done some really poor game sequencing and game management stuff this year. Some bad punts at times. In the Baltimore game, they punted in plus territory. And a game that ends up every drive after that scores points. They were down 7.
Here's
And
There
Barkley.
it is.
There it is.
There it
God,
is.
you nailed it.
Come
From
on.
my
Come
lips
on.
to
Come
God's
on.
ears.
All right, Jake Elliott. You know what to do,
That's big.
buddy. If Jake Elliott could just
First
shake one
time
more
all
extra
year.
point, then it's 18-18 after the
I
TD
can
and a
root for
2-point
both of them.
conversion. All we need is one more shanked extra point. Let's go.
Dude, what if they just go for 2? They can't stop the tush push. Ugh.
It's fading.
You almost missed
My
it.
God.
You did almost miss
Oh
it,
my God.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, Pete, just call out what's going to happen now because it's working.
I mean,
You're on
so,
a heater.
So the things that are now live, I mean, honestly, like this one with our boosted halftime entry should probably be our biggest sweat. Jaden Daniels, 14 rushing yards. We have a 6X on this one. There's the McLaurin. Here would be very nice as well. 16 receiving yards. That's live. The Ekeler one, although hard to imagine Ekeler.
Yeah, Robinson's
14.
playing, so Eckler's not
Yeah.
even getting carries. That was the hope that was sort
Yeah,
of was
that was a
Robinson
random
out.
one.
That
I
one we
did.
thought, yeah.
That's the core.
Yeah, this is the core. So
That's dead. No ringing the bell tonight, unfortunately.
no, just chickpeas for us.
Ooh.
I if we could get like, if we could hit the I know we don't get to unlock the giveaway, but if we could get the Daniels and the McLaurin, it would salvage the night for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, money would still be fun.
Matt says Gretch rang it already. That's the problem.
Yeah. No Taco Bell tonight. Well, actually, yeah, because you had Taco Bell this afternoon.
No moon tonight, by the way. Don't love that. If we get a shot of the moon right before this drive, that'd be good.
That'd be very, very encouraging.
I didn't know this game was in a dome.
I wish there was sun. So it felt like home in Jerry World.
Yeah.
But guys, we get to see Jonathan Mingo this week.
We
Do
do.
we? He was
Apparently,
active last week.
that they're going to see what they got in him.
I think we know what they got.
We know.
But Jerry doesn't know.
All right, Jaden. Gotta work quick.
Or run really far.
Yeah,
he
we could
does
get
well in
some
these
scramble.
situations.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that sort of like college up tempo nature to him. It works well.
Oh my
he's
God.
doing a kick.
Please tell
That's
me.
not. Gretch,
Literally, as I'm like, he does really well in these situations. Just throws it right to the Eagles.
Jesus.
Oh God.
wow. And that's whew.
I mean, he's everyone. I've been saying the stats all night. Everyone's been saying like people, or he's not completing these passes down the field since his rib injury. He's been really struggling apparently.
man. That was deflating.
It was.
That sucked.
We got a little bit of hope with Saquon, and it was quickly taken away.
So
No, he's not getting MVP.
No.
No.
He was playing really, really well earlier this year, and it's not been good for a little while. I was hoping this stretch against the Steelers and Eagles would be good. They're back. They're not going to win enough games. The other thing was they needed to beat the Steelers last week. They lost by 1 late. Steelers came back and kind of won that game, and then they probably needed to win this game especially after they win the Steelers game. They're going to be 7-4. You needed them for the MVP story. You needed them to win the division.
Yeah, I mean, this game would have put him in first place for the division. I mean, they were, I think, even with the Eagles. Yeah.
I think Allen is a little live. He's actually played really well this year, Josh Allen.
Yeah, Allen and Lamar are the two favorites for sure.
But Allen needs his receivers, probably.
Well, I mean, in a way, I think that's
assuming
part of the story,
Cooper,
right? It's that he doesn't have anybody. He's still
well, but we still need him to do good,
right. But yeah, I mean,
because we know Coleman's out. I mean, hopefully, we'll see if Cooper.
Can you guys, with all of Denny's takes on Jane Daniels never scoring fantasy points again? I mean, how many chickpeas is he just smashing right now? He feels so good about that.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is when we did the truth serum takes, Denny's was a pro Jaden Daniels argument. So
Well, he said he has a lot of him.
Yeah, he has a ton of them. That's why.
So he's getting disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Burrow is maybe a long shot.
Does he just not see him?
Yeah, Burrow's been playing really good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Birdie's
playing well.
This is my issue with Noah Brown. And what it comes down to is that he fucking sucks.
That is hard to overcome.
If it comes down to that, yeah.
That end zone angle,
Stroud made him look so.
He's got the defender in front of him, and he's just fading upfield and just lets the defender beat him to the spot. You can't just let the defender undercut you. What do you think's going to happen? Your fucking job's to go catch the ball.
Maybe he's not letting him. He just doesn't have the skill to beat him.
When they showed that from behind, when he released that ball, Noah Brown's in front of the defender, and he just keeps running upfield like,
yeah,
this guy's not going to go catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Get this guy some receivers. What is he doing throwing to Noah Brown and Zach Ertz? Ridiculous.
And they're still rotating McLaurin with that group, so things really don't make a lot of sense.
He must be.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Saquon.
Wow. He is
Okay, Saquon, we don't need you anymore. Now you could stop.
Well, getting the ball back to the Commanders quickly is good.
I
That
know,
was good.
Yeah.
but I still. That's.
I mean, you're actually
That was
now in
true.
a situation where if they can score 2 touchdowns with 2 2-point conversions, we can get out.
I didn't honestly. I didn't look at the clock. I'm like, there's a lot more time than I thought.
The Barkley's going off.
Yeah.
In that play, it would have been probably better to cover the middle of the field.
Probably should have had somebody on the
Someone-
cutback.
Someone in the middle.
Well, toss
Everyone
play.
went to yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's
nice
what Siegel's always talking about on stealing bananas. He gives Barkley a ton of credit, but he's he has no forced missed tackles, and it's all yards before contact. That was a great example. He didn't force any missed tackles. There was no yards after contact because there was no contact. Some of that is his own explosiveness. He is for years. Siegel's made the case that yards before contact is not just a blocking stat, it's also a running back stat. That was something we also just saw on that play. But like, there's no one there. He's just running, right? Like, that's been all of his breakaway plays this year have been just him running to space.
Someone asked if he can have a legendary season by the officially. He's probably a dog to get there, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be. I don't think anyone will get there, so he'll probably
on a curve.
How do you define it?
The
23.
The threshold I used was 23. Yeah, 23 PPR points per game. I think minimum 8. I can't remember, but he'll play enough games.
The
And
crazy thing is
he has lower this year overall, hasn't it?
What is that?
Yeah.
Scoring's been down overall.
Yeah.
So
scoring's
it's
down overall. Yeah, on a curve, you would
relative,
say.
Relative, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's at like 21.5 and no one's, he did what you wanted.
He's at 20.4 right now with 3 30-point games in a 9-game sample. A third of a sample. I mean, like, but then he has a bunch of lower games is the point, right? He has several games that are like sub 15 points.
Yeah, he's been a better and best ball running back, basically. Which is, I mean, he's been awesome in every format, but those spike weeks are so invaluable.
I need a drink.
And this is another one. And it is going to boost
another
him up.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. The question is just like, I mean, the reason I would say he can't get there is not necessarily because it's not mathematically possible or anything. It's because 30-point games, the way that he's getting there on rushing efficiency are tough. And I would think they would happen with less frequency. At the same time, I'm saying this in the fourth quarter of one that we're literally watching. So,
yeah, no, that's the thing. That's why I was confident in the fade, which is, not worked out at all, because it's like he's not going to catch enough passes and he's not going to get the tush push stuff. So how does it happen? How does he get there? Is he going to rip off like a 50-yard run all the time? Yep, that's what he's going to do.
That's what it is.
So,
but also to the questions about the legendary upside, again, like he's not even showing that. So part of it is also no one is actually having a legendary ceiling. Like if you had Christian McCaffrey healthy and scoring 25 points per game, Saquon's season would be good, but different, right? Like he wouldn't. It would change the math. If Bijan or Brees was hitting 25 points per game, it would change the math.
Well, Bijan has the past few weeks.
Yeah, Bijan's been.
Yes. He's been.
I think if Tua had stayed healthy, Achane would be in that conversation. He's been incredibly productive. Coming off a bad game last week, but he's been incredibly productive with Tua. Bijan's been really good lately.
But even like Bijan's fascinating. Doesn't have a single 30-point game. Last week he got to 29, which was great. But the previous high was 25. But he has 5 straight games 21 or higher. So he's been in that like. That's usually how you get to like the 23 to 25 is you have a lot of games in the 23 to 25 range. Not like this Barkley 30 and then 8 is weird for a stud running back. That was what we always talked about with the studs like Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson. And when they could catch a bunch of passes and had so much TD equity, it felt like their floor was 15 points. They were going to catch like 5 balls and have close to 100 total
Honestly,
yards with the receiving.
The closest guy this year is probably Kamara in terms of the profile.
Right.
Like he's got a 44. He's got multiple games of 20. I think 1, 2, 3 other games above 20 points. And then he has 1 game below 15 points all season.
Right.
That's kind of the dude where you're just like, he never flops. And then he hits these extremely good games sometimes, and he hits really good games often.
And some of this has been like the 27 he had in week 9 was without a touchdown. He hasn't scored in 4 games, but he's still been over 15 points in 3 of those, right? Like that's the 15-point floor I was just talking about. He's doing it without touchdowns.
Because he's had over the last, I mean, look at his target total since week 4, 9, 8, 8, 7, 11, 9, 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was a sick catch.
Crazy.
That was sick, and they're also going to call Ertz for pushing off, I think.
Ekeler, we only have rushing, right? Because he got a catch.
Yeah. That was something we slammed because of that tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be Rob.
No foul.
for offensive pass interference, they said, right? It was,
They waived it, yeah.
I think it was thrown for offensive pass interference, but then waved off. They got to throw down field, man. You got to score 2 touchdowns. You
Where's
can't keep
Terry?
doing Ekeler and Ertz passes.
Yeah, we need some Terry.
You're
We're
gonna
just,
need
we're just
these
run, man.
timeouts.
Just run out of bounds, you know?
Yeah, can we get 1 scramble and 1 pass and pick up a couple of pick'ems?
That'd be great.
Daniels looks so much different than he did early in the year. It's a bummer. I mean, Denny's right. I hate it.
Scramble.
He's not scrambling either. That's what Denny was saying. And
Throwing everything at the feet.
a lot at the
Well, he
feet,
doesn't
man.
want to get hit. I mean, I think the ribs got to be bothering him
yeah,
because he's not usually scared of contact either. Like
He's
that
usually
was like
not scared of
going
it.
into it. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
and what sucks is that wasn't even a play where he like invited contact. He got loose and had like a 50-yard run and then got chased down and is almost like a horse collar, and he got like sandwiched when he like fell down onto his butt, and it like
Come
crunched
on.
his ribs.
What is
It wasn't
what is
like
the
a
dude
shot
doing
to-
at the feet? Sorry.
No, you're good. It wasn't. I'm just like bummed that this injury ruined his season when it was like a pretty fluky injury. Like we didn't even know what the hit was that got him hurt, but people kind of figured it out because he was grabbing his ribs after the next snap. Like I saw an all 22 like grainy like Zapruder footage. It was like we think it was actually on the long run because the next snap he does a handoff and he grabs his ribs for the first time. People were trying to figure out when he got hurt in that game. And that the tackle on the long run in
That's
that on
what
that
they
first
said.
drive in that game was just like a weird tackle. It was just a weird, anyway, annoying.
That was another face mask. It looked like.
Oh, here's a
Run.
scramble. Oh, it's gonna be for like 4.
He doesn't want to get hit.
Yeah, he's not.
He stopped the clock.
I saw Hey Ben in the chat and I just scrolled up. Hey Ben, Alameda almost caught it. I was saying Alameda would definitely catch a pass. You got a target, I guess.
How many yards do we need, Pete?
We
This is a tiny chunk.
Yeah, so we need 9
Ekeler.
more.
No, that's
Oh wow.
that's McNichols.
Oh, McNichols. Jeez, all numbers look the same. Yeah.
Why are they
Daniel's
running
at
it?
18.
You're gonna leave yourself needing
18 still?
an onside kick.
I mean, their quarterback can't throw right now.
Yeah, but they got to. Like you then put in a different quarterback.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah.
actually do that. Just make
Yeah,
this
I was
quarterback
like, if we
throw.
don't- yeah.
I want.
I was like,
this
but we
quarterback
don't
to throw.
want that. But that would make sense. I don't know what's going on.
We just need 7 more rush yards
Oh, shit.
or 16 McLaurin. I just want to get a McLaurin slant. Can we just do a slant to McLaurin? Oh my God.
Apparently, no.
Raw on second and 1.
What is
the
why
hell
light
was
bulb?
that? What was that?
Somebody take Cliff Kingsbury out back.
And shoot him? I mean,
Yes.
There
old
was
Yeller
some, like,
time.
There was some stat about play calling that was rating Cliff Kingsbury very high, and I just don't know if we figured out how to do those stats yet. Maybe.
Right.
Oh
my God, they did it again!
He has in this game.
what are they doing?
Oh my God. They did it twice in a row. You gotta be shitting me.
Something's just wrong with
They
Daniels,
quit.
I think.
They quit.
Yeah. Man,
Wow.
it's good to side the division, and they just quit.
This
That's
is
just
ridiculous.
atrocious. Absolutely atrocious.
They should be thrown out of the NFL.
Cliff's just looking up flights to Thailand again.
You can't. You already have to get 2-point conversions. You can't leave it to an onside kick. Like you're.
This is
You have to score quick. You have to take on risk. You have to be aggressive. Second
Right.
and 1, throw the fucking ball. I mean,
But then here's the thing: if you score a touchdown and then kick the extra point, it looks better in the final score when you lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Starting to realize why those other teams didn't hire Cliff.
I mean, 26-17, like that's not a bad score to lose by.
This is ridiculous.
That's seriously how they're thinking right now.
They're not. I mean, they're having such a hard time getting the ball down the field. You got to manufacture non-obvious passing downs where they're not like rolling safeties over necessarily. So you get to 2nd and 1. That's when you take your shot. You might get a one-on-one, right? It's not that he's not physically capable of throwing the ball more than 6 yards downfield. They're not getting the looks they want, etc. But like some of that is you're dropping him back only on obvious passing downs, and they're just okay. You know, we're going to rush 4. We're going to drop back into coverage. It's hard to throw downfield at that time.
Well, also by running that much, like you're kind of using up any kind of time you have. Now you have to do obvious passes the whole way.
Right. You're just
Yeah.
putting yourself in horrible spots. Same thing with the early down running. It's the same concept of run, pass. You put yourself where you have to throw. And yeah, you're right.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to try it once
Yeah, he
more.
was
I'm going to
wasting
try it once
downs.
more. Hang on.
All right.
It would be a really awesome time for a 16-yard Terry McLaurin touchdown.
They're at the 16.
Oh, there goes the dream. Now we can't clear.
We need Jaden Rush.
Yeah. Now we need
How many yards do we need for his rush?
9.
9.
Go run down to the 5 on this play. Run.
Run! Keep running. You have a freaking lane.
There's Alameda. Told you guys. Lock of the century.
Trust that. Well, we need Kenny Gainwell, Olamide, and what else? I don't know if we. Oh, Saquon. That would have been. That's the core. That's the new core.
God, no one ever listens to me. 40 seconds left. I mean, it was obvious lock. He was always catching a pass. I told you.
Oh man.
That's 1 catch, 10 yards. Alamide's a kiss. Matching Terry McLaurin's 1 catch, 10 yards. They've both had 2 targets. This is so brutal.
God. I thought the Cowboys were the worst team to watch in the East.
The true Alameda was the friends we made along the way. Oh God.
All right. So what do we need? We need him to score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, get the onside kick, throw for over 6 yards for the first time all game. Have it go for a touchdown. Ertz.
Zach Ertz touchdown. Somebody in the chat
I
said
I told you to take the Ertz touchdown. No.
Somebody in the chat said Ertz TD for like $7K or cash out for $250, just like a few on this drive. Who in the chat?
I hope you picked the 7K.
Miles Westfield, this guy that said, oh shit, just made a lot of money. That's who it was a little bit ago in the chat. What did you have on
Did you
this?
make the money though, Miles?
Yeah, I think he made the money.
I really hope he did.
I think Miles just had a nice little hit.
At least somebody did.
Pretended to not. I was kidding. Okay, good. He didn't catch it.
Oh, it was Corey. I was kidding. Wasn't going to cash out. So how much did you win? What was your bet? Tell us about it. You did something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take.
And just
we'll
like
live
tell us what it
We
feels
need
like.
anybody. Anybody.
I
that
just want to
can.
feel something.
Yeah. How are you
Yeah.
feeling right now, man?
Correct. $800 giveaway next week. Mounting pressure. Mark Sessler.
You guys
Cleveland, and
Listen,
Baltimore.
you guys are giving up a little too early. What if they get this conversion?
Run.
And then they
keep running.
Then they get the onside kick. They've
Dude, he won't
completed
run.
Hail Marys before.
He
That's
won't
a
run.
flag.
Oh, that's PI.
That's PI. He was mauled.
Did he really just stand in front of that and not call PI?
They never call PI on 2-pointers.
Or
It's
on
not
extended
done.
plays? They don't want to bail out extended plays, but that's clearly pass interference. Are his feet down?
Very clearly. No, I never got the right one down. I don't think so, unless his toe touched.
I don't know. Yeah, I think the toe might have touched. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
from
Touches
an
its
angle.
other
Goes down.
foot, I think. I don't know
It's
that it
hard to
touches
That
the
he
tell.
ground.
juggles the ball a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Marshall's asking if he
looks like
can
he
get
edged
$800
me.
paid out in chickpeas. Is that something we'll do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
accommodate that.
definitely. That's the new partnership. That's all you
I will
get,
I will
actually.
literally do that. I will tell Underdog, don't need to put money in someone's account. This will be way funnier. I'll have you send me your address. I'll figure out like an Instacart order near your house, and I will send
Did you hear Denny?
$800.
$1 a can. We're talking about 800 cans
800
of
cans.
chickpeas.
Yeah.
Do
No,
you
I
know
will
how much
do
you're gonna
that.
have to tip that driver that delivers them? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Done.
You thought you were doing a bit now, but now you actually.
It's
are gonna have
essentially
to deal
2
with
years
$200.
worth of lunches that will be delivered to you.
Assuming you eat them every day.
Yeah. As soon as
I
you're
love
going through. Yeah.
I love Trevor's optimism. What happens when the pigs never win? There was the longest stretch we had last year was like 4 weeks, and we were like, it's never gonna happen. And then we just like we hit them back-to-back weeks multiple times. We were crushing this
I
year.
have
Yeah,
thought
I
about
thought the
those
game's
those
done.
absolute brutal sweats as like basically wins. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if you think
Right.
about like what we're
we
gonna
absolutely
do.
nailed those.
Yeah, those are like our good. Those were our good weeks. That's why those are such
That
killers.
toes down. It's just it took so long to score.
So if you average like 7 to 8 cans a week, you'll get through 800 cans in 2 years. So it's pretty good price.
Touchdown. They called that a good conversion.
They did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zach Ertz just caught a TD and a conversion. He got the what do they call it? The octopus. He got the octopus. 8 points on the drive.
Damn.
That doesn't help us, does it?
No, we didn't have the Zach Ertz octopus on the line there.
That'd be sick.
They should offer that.
All right, so we need the one sign. Then we need Cliff Kingsbury. This is the most difficult leg. We need Cliff Kingsbury not to call a run play and instead call a pass play.
We've given up on Daniels already.
That's like plus 1,000.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive Jake Elliott.
Or Cliff Kingsbury. He's the other one. If you want to put somebody on the graphic, Cliff Kingsbury can go on there. I like AGT's idea here. Let's just start paying Davis. We have
I've thought about it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you put everything on an onside kick because you couldn't get down the field quick enough. That's fucking ridiculous. Jaden Daniels gets a passing TD and a passing conversion. It's actually like, and he got a little bit more rushing. He ends up with a decent fantasy line, right? Like 15 points. What did he get?
Yeah, he finished with like 14.4.
Okay. I'm looking for moral victories.
Yeah, 14.4. Hurts at 18.8. All right. We tried. We'll try again next week. Check out Fabulous, the waiver column on Legendary Upside. Anything else, Steph?
We're working on rankings for everybody, and we got my newsletter.
Awesome. Gretch, what about you?
I got a buddy who just texted me. I have to rant, and he said, I know you're watching. Why did Washington give up with 5 minutes left?
We're all wondering, buddy.
We don't
We're
know.
all
My
wondering.
old college roommate that like played high school football isn't like super into fantasy or anything, but yeah, I don't know, bud. I have no idea why they did that. Anyway, I got same stuff. Signals, stealing lines, picks will come out tomorrow. Bananas, a couple episodes with Sean this week. They could have easily tried to score before the 2-minute warning and not needed the onside. Agree with you, John. I agree with you.
Pat, what do you got going on?
Got the DFS MVP pod tomorrow, doing talking through walkthrough nuggets, which will be out in the morning as always. Weekly rankings are already out. They'll be updated through Sunday. Playoff basketball content we're going to have coming out very soon. Also working on getting the sidekick up and running for basketball. So have an announcement on that very soon as well. Pat Crane over on Blue Sky. Come hang out.
There you go.
All of us on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
He's up to 250 followers. He's done nothing.
Dang.
Crushing it.
Love this site. Just do nothing and get rewarded for it. That's my kind of site.
Yeah.
I got all my usual DFS shows tomorrow. Block Party with JM at 1, Off and On the Clock with the Bad Bros at 2:30, and then I'll have my Deposit Kingdom video dropping around 4:30 or 5, and then After Dark on Saturday night. So I will catch you guys there. Sorry we can't give you guys a shipper. We'll get back in the lab. We'll be better. No excuses. Play like a champion. We'll see you guys next time on Ship Chasing.